NCAA basketball tournament. Don't miss anything. Keep your radio locked in right here on Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Welcomes you to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour of the experience is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. All things diesel for over 26 years. Now, here are your hosts, Peter and CJ.
Welcome in, everybody, to a brand new day and a brand new edition of the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Peter Edmiston. Thrilled to be with you here on a lovely Wednesday. It is cold. I'm going to tell you, it's cold out there right now. It will get warmer, though. Do not fret. Nobody panic. It's going to get nicer. High all the way into the upper 50s, maybe even just a hint of a 60. We might get there today. So it's going to be lovely outside. Very few clouds, if any, in the sky. You'll enjoy that. So very nice. Today got a big show for you coming up. 9 o'clock, our good friend Rob Fisher is going to join us from the Windy City in Chicago, where the Grizzlies will play the Bulls tonight. But we won't really talk too much about that. We're going to talk about making use of money on these football games. We got a few left. Conference championship weekend. We'll talk to Fish about that. We've got coaching Ferris wheel updates. The Ferris wheel continues to spin. We will certainly get into all of that. We'll talk Tiger basketball from last night. Tigers victorious over Bradley in what was a beautiful basketball game if you like to watch people miss shots. If you don't like that, then, boy, you did not like last night because there was a lot of that. So plenty to get to, and we'll tell you more here coming up. But first, it's my honor and privilege to welcome to the program none other than CJ Hurt.
Hey, everybody. Whoa! Let's do it. I'm ready to go now.
Have you rethought the catchphrase?
No, there's no reason to.
All right. On the other side.
You know, people hit me up on Twitter with, hey, everybody.
Do they?
Yes.
Okay.
It happens like once a weekend.
You have to show me that.
All right, I will.
I look forward to that evidence because I'm not sure that I believe that.
Okay, I got you.
Okay. And then on the other side, here it comes.
Oh, coming through the door.
Got that music, so you know what that means. None other than the man himself, Similac Zach, a.k.a. Rack City Zach, a.k.a. Eat no meat, can't be beat.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Zach?
What's going on, Peter? CJ?
What up, Zach?
It's another cold morning, don't you think?
Man, the material is fresh.
It is cold.
It is.
Yes. I agree with you, Zach.
Coming out like a monologue. It's cold, everybody. Is it not, huh? Oh, let me tell you, guys.
The weather, what's with it?
How cold is it? Well, here we go. Right here. So, today, as I mentioned, a busy program. Last night, if you didn't see it, of course, Tigers victorious, I mentioned. We had college football playoff. I don't know that, there's anything that's necessarily shocking about the playoff. I suppose Utah getting bumped up over Oklahoma and Baylor and all that at 5 is noteworthy. But the 4 that were in there are still the 4 that are there. And if everything holds serve, as you might expect this weekend, then that 4th spot is going to be the one that everyone is going to want to talk about. And, of course, a little further down, you have Memphis at 17, hanging there in spite of AAC Commissioner Mike Oresco's fervent irritation with the whole process and feeling like Memphis's resume matches up well with Baylor and there's no respect for the AAC and all that, which is all true, but didn't really help with the committee all that much. because the CFP top 4 is the same and everyone else is the same. And Memphis is 17. It would be nice if ESPN would get the rankings right for this game, because they've been hyping the game. And if you look at the bottom right corner of ESPN, they turn that little bottom right corner into a dumb ad or promotion for their other stuff, which I hate. But it's been showing Memphis Cincinnati coming up in the AAC championship game, but they have the numbers flipped. They have Memphis at 20 and Cincinnati at 17.
Oh, that's not right.
Yeah.
Get it right. Get it tight. Bubba Spartans.
Oh, they got
Kelly Park.
Booty rocking everywhere.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, their graphics people are booty. It's booty everywhere because they got it wrong. Everything's wrong. It's ridiculous. It's wrong and ridiculous and terrible, and it's annoying. But they do that a lot, actually. It's just there's so many different things going on with that group. They just get sloppy. So they got sloppy again. So we'll discuss CFP. We'll discuss, as I mentioned, Ferris wheel spinning. The latest, CJ, from yesterday is that, as we talked about the yesterday morning. I feel like it's come to pass. My friend of a friend who had a lawyer friend who somehow got connections down in Tallahassee said that.
All right. Oh, we got it.
Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite.
Yes,
rumors. My favorite
those are
rumors
the best.
are the ones that are just completely out there. That particular individual said that Mike Norvell was the guy after other what was described as a bit of a disaster with some of the other candidates. And so, as it all sort of shook out with Bob Stoops potentially or somebody else, it all just kind of fell apart, and that left Norvell, who emerged early in the week and now is likely to be the guy, according to this.
Who exactly is this individual? Tell me again.
It's a friend's friend who is of a friend.
Okay.
I think there's a third.
So we're 3 friends away now.
We're 3 friends away, but the guy is connected.
Okay.
Like, he's totally connected.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love that.
Like he's connected in Tallahassee. Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. He's in there.
Okay.
So that's the thought.
So 3 friends of separation,
Right.
and that third friend is connected.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah.
I wonder how many friends I'd have to go to find somebody connected at Florida State specifically.
I didn't know, frankly. I didn't know that I was so close. I didn't know I was only a couple of friends removed, but apparently so. Anyway, that does appear to be lining up with the other reporting around it. And I know last night the Florida State fans not happy with Mike Norvell, at least based on the social media response early. But I mean, I'm sure Memphis fans would be perfectly happy if they just say, hey, I can't go there anymore. I can't go to Florida State. 'Cause they're going to hate me. Florida State fans are entitled. I'm sure they're, were every Memphis fan excited about Mike Norvell at the time? No, probably not. So that's just the nature of it. There's like a handful of coaches, I think, CJ, that everyone would be like, that's great. And then everybody else is like, nah, this guy sucks. This guy's terrible. This guy's awful. This guy, there's.
At the end of the day, like college sports especially is broken down into many different seasons. Right now we're in hiring, firing season, and all the seasons got to have a champion. You want the biggest name you can get during hiring season. So you can say, hey, we won this and it's going to lead to success. Oftentimes, chasing a name, chasing somebody who's known is not a good look, and it's not going to turn out well for your program. It's not. So it might behoove fans to say, you know what? We can lose this hiring season as long as this guy comes in during the regular season and wins. This goes back to what we talked about with Arkansas and Ole Miss, how there are some out there who say, hey, this guy's a name, go get the name. Well, can that guy coach? Can that guy do what is needed for your program to be successful? Mike Norvell can. I think Mike Norvell at Florida State is a great fit when you think about all the skilled players in the state of Florida and what Mike Norvell has done with skilled players at the University of Memphis. I think that is a really good fit for him and for Florida State. The issue for Florida State fans is we're Florida State. We should be able to get blah, 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 blah. I guess who's the guy? Bob Stoops. We should be able to get Bob Stoops. We should be able, Penn State, they're not Florida State from a tradition standpoint. We should be able to go get James Franklin. We're Florida State, damn it, and that's just not how this thing works. It's not. So, yeah, you can reach out to some of these dudes. You can see how interested they are in your program. And if they say no, Mike Norvell is a really good coach who can do good things. And I think he will do them at Florida State. Chill out.
Chill out. That's all I'm asking.
Or keep it going. And maybe Memphis gets to keep him.
No.
Oh.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it should work.
Okay.
I can't speak to whether it actually works that way or not, but that would be foolishness for that to be the case. Meanwhile, Ole Miss still looking.
Mm-hmm.
Names emerging. Emerging.
Okay.
On the radar screen. Boop, boop, boop. That's the other thing. Typically we have carousels involved in coaching searches, and we have radars.
I thought you said Ferris wheels.
Well, I'm saying typically. The typical language is carousel, coaching carousel, and then you have on the radar. This particular person's
on the radar.
Yes,
yeah.
That's right. That person's on. So there you have people, sitting in the room, and here comes, boom, boom, boom. Here comes this guy, Scott Satterfield. Is he on the radar? Oh, what? Oh, let's check the radar.
Mm-hmm.
What about Chip Long?
Okay.
Is he on the radar? Yeah, it's, according to some folks down there. So our good pal Chuck Rounsville saying that Chip Long was in the mix.
Okay.
Mike Norvell's still being discussed down there, although it seems as though that may be no longer part of the plan because of what's happening in Tallahassee, according to my friend's cousin guy. So again, got to note that source, which is rock solid. Another name, CJ.
Who?
The name that I like the most out of all this, Billy Napier. I think it's a stone cold fit.
Okay. Why?
Is that a term? Stone cold fit? I don't think
yeah,
it's a term.
we're gonna make it a term.
Okay.
Stone cold fit, baby.
Stone cold fit. He makes perfect sense. He is, apparently being interviewed. He is young. He has tremendous experience on some extremely high-level staffs. If you look at the names on his resume, where he has coached at some form or fashion, they are all quite good. He is at Louisiana now, the Ragin' Cajuns. But I think he is. There's a reason why he is the betting odds favorite.
Okay.
And rightly so. I mean, you're talking about a guy that has had a really good year as a head coach with Louisiana. He's been there twice, been there 2 years. But before that, I mean, he worked at Clemson with Dabo, and then he worked at Alabama with Nick Saban. That's pretty good. Yeah. Now that former Saban assistant thing is not necessarily. It doesn't quite feel the same as it did a few years back.
What do you mean it doesn't feel the same?
No, because that used to be the hottest of the hot.
Okay.
Anybody that was a Saban assistant was like, like go get him. Now it feels like, well, maybe the Saban's got to figure those guys out, and maybe they're not quite as good as that.
Saban has definitely figured those guys out.
But nonetheless, I mean, when you're connected to Dabo and you're connected to Saban, I mean that's pretty strong. And so that to me is the name that makes a lot of sense. And I don't have a cousin or anything that's connected there, but I hear tell that he's highly thought of.
Okay.
And would hit the ground running, so they tell me.
I like Bill Clark. Again, if you can go to UAB, who was without football for a season, two seasons maybe? I can't remember. Without football, and then get that program. Yeah, they were out football for 2 seasons, 15, 16, and then come back in 17 and get that program. This is UAB, mind you, not really a football powerhouse. 8-5, 11-3, 9-3, first tie for first in your division this year. Like that shows me that you are capable of building something from nothing. Not saying that Ole Miss and Arkansas are nothing, but the build that they have in front of them, with you pointed out all the time, just off top, Alabama, Auburn, LSU, off top in front of you. A&M is going to spend all of the money. So those are the 4 teams you are chasing in that division. That is a tough build, and he's done that before. So show me what do you need as a program? If you're Ole Miss or Arkansas, you need to build so that you can catch the top 4 teams in that particular division. And he's shown that he can do that, granted, in Conference USA with UAB, but the degree of difficulty there has got to be high, even though it is Conference USA. Like, they were without football. They lost their football program, and he stuck it out, and then got them back on track. And by back on track, I mean better than they've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
11 wins for UAB football is remarkable. Remarkable. And so a coach like that, I think you look at him and say, hey, that's interesting. Let me holler at you real quick if you're Arkansas or if you're Ole Miss. Let me see if you can, what your plan is to build here, and if that meshes well with what we're trying to do. I think that is a guy who everybody should be looking at. Well, Arkansas and Ole Miss specifically.
Okay, I think that's I think that's not a bad choice. I don't disagree with that logic. I would not pick him, but that's okay. Not bad. He's definitely in the mix. That's what I was.
Is
told.
he in the mix?
My cousin's friend's uncle said that.
Okay, cool.
That he's definitely in the mix. So you got to throw that out there as well.
Okay.
Eli Drinkwitz, Willie Fritz, among others that are being discussed. The dude at Charlotte, I forget his name.
Charlotte. Will Healy.
Will Healy. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Austin, again, another guy who did it someplace where it's not supposed to be done. Austin Peay should not be winning football games. But Healy got them, 10, 11 wins one season? Yeah, he's somebody who you look at, 8 wins one season, 7-1 against FCS opponents. He is somebody who you would think people would sniff around and say, hey, how'd you do it at Austin Peay, and do you think you can do it here?
I mean, it's a good point. So we'll see. We'll talk about that more as we continue on the program. Last night, college basketball, your beloved Michigan Wolverines.
Ooh, speaking of people missing shots, boy.
They missed a few.
Ooh.
And by a few, I mean a lot.
Ooh. Both teams, 19% at one point in time.
It was very similar to the Memphis-Bradley game, actually, Louisville, Michigan, except these were allegedly 2 of the top 5 teams in the country doing this. So you could say it was good defense. I would say it was just more bad offense. There was definitely some good defense on display, but there was a lot of just bad shooting on display.
Michigan's misses were because Louisville was playing good defense. Michigan did not play well at all. Louisville's misses were because they were open. Their shots just weren't falling for some reason. Yeah,
I thought, a good night at the office, or, a typically good night for Jordan Nwora, but beyond that, not so much for Louisville. And didn't really have to get it out of second gear, honestly. I don't know, Michigan may have just been a lot of exertions, a lot of big games, maybe that's all caught up to them. Tough place to go and play, all that stuff. But that was a bad performance. Shot 26% from the field.
Where were they from 3? They had to have been
3 of 19.
Oh, yeah.
16%.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Louisville only made one more shot. They were 4 of 19 from 3. So that's what I mean. It was just ugly, man. It was these two teams combined to shoot about 19%. Both of them combined. I mean, it was a tough watch, which makes Memphis shooting 33% from 3 comparatively wonderful. Memphis beats Bradley last night at FedEx Forum, 71-56 in a game that, first half score 29-19.
Oh yeah,
at the end of 20 minutes of play. Gugh. Absolutely brutal. And Bradley, God bless the youngster Darryl Brown coming back to Memphis, Germantown kid, 1 of 16 from the field.
He kept shooting though.
And
shooters got to shoot.
0 of 8 from 3. He was 0 of his first 13, 14 before he finally made the shot. So it wasn't like it was he hit the first one and then he coasted from there. He was 0 for
a long time,
pretty much the entire game, and then finally got a consolation prize to avoid it. But I looked it up last night after the game. I was just curious. And there have only been, I think it's been 8 players who have taken that many shots and only hit 1 in the last decade in college basketball. Very, very few. And very few have mixed in with that many 3-pointers as well. So just a brutal night for the youngster who was connected. He was Team Thad. He's got connections in the area, so it sucks for him that he came back and that's what happened. But boy, that's what happened. Bradley, you know what they shot from 3?
No.
9%.
Oh.
2 of 20.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
Correct. 8.7 to be exact. 2 of 23.
Oh.
And did they shoot a lot better from inside the arc?
Yes.
They did, but it wasn't still very good. Overall, they shot 27% from the field. So,
wow. That is not good.
And only 56% from the free throw line. So frankly,
they just can't shoot
awful.
them.
That's just awful. Just awful. All the way around. So we'll talk about that. But the Tigers got a big victory, a few other games last night, including Ole Miss losing to Butler. Did you see that? Did you see the game?
No, I missed that.
The colors on the floor were a little. There were a couple games last night where the colors were extremely distracting, but it was sort of that powder blue from Ole Miss with the sort of the navy blackish thing going with Butler. So it just was a lot of dark tones.
Okay.
Didn't look. I didn't like the way it looked when I was trying to watch the game. Wasn't as bad as LSU against New Orleans though.
Ooh.
I want you to find the photo of that. We're about to take a break. During the break, find the photo of that. God help whoever tried to figure that thing out. I don't know what they were thinking, but somebody had some serious sartorial issues. It was white against silver. Like it's one slight shade darker than the you would glance at the game and legit not be able to tell the two teams apart.
Who's who?
You can't tell.
Who's who?
It's like when you only bring the one set of bibs to practice, and we all just sort of have to remember who's on the right teams. I mean, geez.
No.
It was. I don't know how anyone even tried to do that. Don't have a clue. So we'll discuss college basketball, college football, coaching, the carousel, all that stuff. You want to get in touch with us? You can. You can text us at 67129. That's the First Bank text line 67129. Make sure you text 56JOIN to 67129 if you have not done that before. If you never texted us before, that's the thing you've got to do first here in the Family Leisure Studios. You can also give us a phone call. We'll have time to take phone calls throughout the show. 360-8255, 901-360-8255. You can hit us up on Periscope, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. We are at Sports56WHBQ on all of those. I'm at Peter Edmiston. He is at Conradicalness. Zach is mercifully at Rack City Zach, although the spelling thing is still a problem. But, beggars can't be choosers here. We're just going to have to accept that that's the way he wants to do it. So that's how you get in touch with us. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Just getting started here on this Wednesday. It's chilly, but nice outside as you make your way to work this morning. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56WHBQ.com.
So I just checked, and yes, we can still have our holiday events right here at Sweetgrass.
I am so glad to hear that. I was wondering that since they merged Sweetgrass with Nextdoor, they might not be doing holiday parties.
Well, they sure are. We can still book our holiday parties for family and friends right here at Sweetgrass, where we always do.
And I'm going to keep right on having our office holiday party here, too.
You can still get special attention and have a special event right here at Sweetgrass.
And everyone will be able to see the games they want for once and won't be checking the scores on their phones. Sweetgrass is even better than before.
First Bank is here to help you, whether you're a business looking for a loan to expand or refinance an existing one, a homeowner looking for a mortgage or home equity line, a consumer wanting to finance your dream car, or wanting a competitive rate on your CD deposits. Let First Bank try to handle your banking needs. Stop into one of First Bank's 3 local branches today, 6482 Poplar Avenue just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or check them out online at firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
In today's evolving workplace, XMC understands the process of getting office work done has moved from the desktop to your pocket. The new Xerox multifunctional printers and Connect Key app technology are game changers. Are you working with confidential information? Does it need to be secure from unwanted threats? Do you need to translate documents to another language? Xerox's App Gallery provides solutions like secure printing and easy translator technology. XMC is the second largest exclusive Xerox agent in the U.S. with 9 locations to serve you. We've been in business for over 25 years and have received top awards from Xerox. In changing our world one experience at a time, our team's committed to doing what's right for your business. XMC is proud to be your leader in document and print management, and it'd be our pleasure to serve you. Contact XMC today at 888-814-3114 or visit our website at xmcinc.com. XMC, excellence in office solutions.
The Season of Performance event is going on now at Acura of Memphis. Choose from a large selection of Acura of Memphis's entire lineup. The Acura TLX with premium tech and exceptional performance. Or drive the 3-row, 7-passenger SUV, the Acura MDX. Or Acura of Memphis' top-selling luxury crossover, the Acura RDX. Stop in and take advantage of special year-end pricing as well as incredible lease and financing options. Visit AcuraofMemphis.com.
Campbell Clinic now offers daytime walk-in care, and you don't need an appointment. If you've got any kind of urgent break, sprain, strain, you can walk into any of their 5 convenient locations Monday through Friday from 8 until 4. There's no long wait you have to put up with the ER, and those doctors are really good, but they're not orthopedists. They're not world-renowned orthopedists who have come up with different procedures and written the manuals for them that are used everywhere in the world, and I'm not kidding you. And you can now see those doctors who treat the Tigers, the Grizzlies, the Redbirds. You can see them today without an appointment. And I'm talking Collierville, Germantown, South Haven, downtown at the Med Center, or even the Campbell Clinic Spine Center in Cordova. Now, if you've got something pressing, you got to go to work and you can bear the pain until the evening, there's Campbell Clinic After Hours. That's Monday through Thursday from 5 to 8 in Germantown, South Haven, even Saturday morning in Germantown. If you're injured, don't wait. Visit Campbell Clinic Walk-In Care or Campbell Clinic After Hours.
Country music star Scotty McCreery will be at this year's AutoZone Liberty Bowl, and you want to be there too.
This is it. This is now.
The American Idol winner will perform at the President's Gala on December 30th at the Peabody and at halftime of the AutoZone Liberty Bowl game on December 31st. Get your tickets today by calling 795-7700. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office reminds you that fans don't let fans drive drunk.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour of the Experience is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. All things diesel for over 26 years. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
The thrill is gone away. The thrill is gone.
Oh, so is this going straight blues today? Are we going Memphis music? Where are we going? Memphis Icons? What are we going?
Straight blues.
Straight blues? All right. Blues. We should have been, if it's a shame we have Soft Rock Tuesday because it could have been Blues Day instead of Tuesday, but now it's just Blends Day. Doesn't work as well. Doesn't work quite as well. Welcome back to the Experience. I am Peter. He is CJ on a chilly but otherwise lovely Wednesday here in the Bluff City. Excited to tell you, too, that we got coming up in about an hour's time, we're going to give away. What, CJ, what are you going to give away? Just take your time. It's no big deal. We're just going to just.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, that's no big deal.
I'm trying to find the top.
Now it's not the time for this.
I am giving away $30 of Corky's, baby. Yes. Corky's barbecue.
You're giving it away?
Well, we're giving it away.
You got it. I don't have it.
I thought you had it.
No, you got it.
I should probably go find it then.
Well, oh boy. Well, if as long as CJ finds it, we're giving away $30 in Corky's Bucks coming up at 8:30 with our classic Spin the Wheel. We have 14 spots, 13, 14 spots on the wheel, and we're going to spin it to determine which topic is going to be the topic for the trivia question that we will ask at 8:30. We'll spin it before the break, and then we will have the trivia question after the break. Now, for those of you that don't know, we do that. That's going to be coming up at 8:30, but we have different categories and different levels of hardness of the question. So with the spin, we'll find out, is it going to be a hard question? Is it going to be a sports question? Is it going to be a Tigers question, Grizzlies question? Is it going to be a geography question? Is it going to be a history question? Is it going to be, some other topic like that? We'll spin the wheel and figure that whole thing out. But if it's an easy, because there are easy questions on there. But if it's easy, it's going to be one I'm going to ask you right out of the gate. Like, I'm not going to give you a chance to prepare for it. If it's harder, I might give you a chance to prepare for it.
Okay.
So that's just kind of how we're going to do it. You misspelled hardness, but got to have two S's on that. Hardness there. Hardness is, I don't know what that is. So anyway, that's coming up at 8:30 here on the program. We'll do that via phone calls and potentially texts and all that good stuff. So you're just definitely going to want to make sure that you stick around for that. As I mentioned, 36 degrees right now, high today, all the way up into the low 60s. CJ, I think we're gonna pass 60.
Okay,
I think it's gonna happen.
Let's get it.
I think it's gonna happen. We have absolutely no chance of precipitation. It's gonna be a lovely, beautiful, spectacular day in the Mid-South. So you may bundle up and go outside a little bit. Clay Helton's sticking around at USC.
Okay.
There will be a formal announcement today, but Clay Helton.
Sports Illustrated was right.
They were both wrong and right. Because they reported both sides of that thing. So good for them and bad for them. That's one way to do it, though.
Yes.
Just report both sides of it, and you're definitely going to be right. Although you sadly are definitely going to be wrong as well. So, but if you want to go ahead and do that, that's what they did. 5-7, 2018, a little bit better this past year though, 8-4, and Graham Harrell as the offensive coordinator was better, and Slovis looked better, and things maybe started to turn around a little bit for Clay Helton. Question for you, CJ: is Clay Helton the long-term guy? I think we all like Clay on a personal level. At least I do. He's a very nice, one of the nicest dudes out there. So I'm happy for him. But is he the guy long-term?
I don't think so. And we are 5 years into this thing, and it's only been 2 double-digit win seasons. Only won the Pac-12 South once. I don't believe he's won a Pac-12 championship at all. And at USC, that's what you're competing for. I'm not sure if he is the guy, but he can get you 8-9 wins in a season. Sure, that's good. That's cool. And for most
is that okay? At
for most programs, it is, but at USC, it isn't. So I don't think he's the guy. Let's see what happens next year, though. Next year's got to be a Pac-12 South championship at the least, and a New Year's Six appearance at the least for him, for me to feel comfortable that USC is making the right decision to keep him around.
Here's my other question about it. I was thinking about this when I was driving in today, because I'm thinking about all these. The coaching Ferris wheel is just so intense right now. It's really spinning faster than most Ferris wheels should spin.
Yes,
Ferris wheels normally spin at a very slow kind of rate. But this one's going faster, so it's a little chaotic right now. Hard to get off at the right time.
Yes.
Hard to get on at the right time.
Yes, tuck and roll.
Is it to get on?
To get off.
Oh, okay, yeah. If there is any, all the hires that have happened, let's go back years and years. Think about every coaching hire.
Oh, wow.
That's ever happened.
You're asking me to see with more than eyes. Hold on.
Yeah, open that third eye.
It's open.
Okay. Just think about this because this is a obviously it's a broad question, but I'm curious. In every coaching situation, is there a quote unquote right choice in the sense that is there a coach that could be a good fit at every program at every time, or are there just programs that are doomed no matter who they picked, it would have been wrong? Like if Arkansas, for example, was Chad Morris just the bad choice, or would anybody have been Chad Morris because of the nature of who he was dealing with, the situation that he was jumping into, what was happening at the time? I say that to me at Ole Miss, is there a guy that can take Ole Miss and turn them into, oh my God, this is going to be a 10-win program, 11-win program eventually? Or is everyone, no matter who they pick, going to end up just kind of being your classic Ole Miss coach, middling 6, 7, 8 win type thing at best? That's the question.
There are special coaches out there. The issue is it's like 3 or 4 of them at a time during the hiring season, and we
talk. You think every hiring season has 3 or 4
every
special
hiring
coaches?
Season,
really
3 or 4?
Because there's 3 or 4
Well,
openings. How does this not work?
Let me finish it. Because people want a name. We get more retreads than we do actually good coaches. So Mike Norvell, we know this, and people in the know this. Mike Norvell is a pretty good coach. He's really good. All right. But he's not good enough for Florida State fans and the Florida State fan base because he is not a name. And if you go out there, and what this has become is who can get the biggest name? Who can go out there and land that big fish? And if that is what you do, if that is how you go about chasing down your coach, then you're going to miss more often than not, because there's a reason that the known commodity, the known head coach is not coaching. There's a reason. Sure, insert random coach's name here. Sure, that coach had a couple of 10-win seasons at insert prestigious program here. But look at how it ended, and look at why he's not coaching anymore. Sure, Chip Kelly won a whole lot of games at Oregon. Yeah, he got to within a field goal of winning a national championship with Oregon. Sure, he was running the Pac-12 with Oregon. Why was he available for you to grab if you're UCLA? Because it didn't work out in the NFL. Why didn't it work out in the NFL? Did you stop and ask yourself that? I don't think they did. I think they just went, oh, Chip Kelly's available. Let's go get him. It's more retreads than new blood in this coaching
but
thing.
sometimes a retread works fine. I mean, that insinuates that like a retread would necessarily be about. Like, for example, if would you what's a retread? A guy that has coached before?
A head coach who has failed at his last job. Yeah.
Last job in the NFL or in the
last job in college. College and NFL.
That's a Greg Schiano.
Because it all depends.
Well, we'll go specifically with college.
It all depends on the circumstance.
Does it?
Yeah. Well, if you're talking Chip Kelly, you say he's a failure. He wasn't a failure at his last job in college.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't, to me, that wouldn't count as a retread.
Okay.
Again, failure is. It depends on your program or what your expectations were and all that stuff.
Did Will Muschamp fail at Florida?
Well, Will Muschamp's definitely a retread. I mean, he had multiple failed stints and was there's no. He had the gloss of when he was that Texas coach in waiting under Mac Brown, but that quickly faded. There definitely have been. I'm not saying that I would take issue with your definition of retread. I don't disagree that there are too many retreads out there. I just think there's Chip Kelly didn't at the time. It made sense because his previous experience at the Pac-12 was good. Obviously didn't work out in the NFL, but a lot of guys, Nick Saban didn't work out in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
He coached in
Pete Carroll initially.
There's just sometimes I'm just saying to me you can't paint it all with the one broad brush. Like there are coaches. My bigger point with the whole discussion was that I think sometimes there's just situations where I don't care who the coach is that you're hiring, he's probably going to end up being the wrong guy. Like it just was the wrong situation. Like the environment in Memphis prior to Justin Fuente. Larry Porter was a bad hire, but I don't think in that situation there would have been a good hire. They weren't supporting the program. There wasn't a groundswell of support for Memphis. It wasn't, with Fuente and then really with Tom Bowen came aboard as athletic director, and they started really being serious about supporting the football program in more than just lip service. That you're talking about, making Tiger Lane. You're talking about putting facility improvements into practice, trying to get the ball rolling on that. Locker room facilities. Now, finally getting the ball rolling on this indoor practice facility after years and years and years. All that stuff. That wasn't happening. Mm-hmm. So whoever was hired to replace Tommy West in 2009 would have been
out of luck.
They were what they call on a hiding to nothing. Like they had no chance. What was never going to work. Florida State, I hope you can make it work. But there's a weird environment there right now of huge, massive expectation, and the reality where the ACC as a conference is starting to, I don't know, things are just trending in the wrong direction. Let's say there is a lot of institutional support, so that's helpful. But that weight of that fan expectation with the history of what's actually happened, other teams coming in and recruiting that area, really well. Can they keep it going? Same thing with like a Texas, who. Sometimes sometimes it's just I don't know that there's necessarily a right fit. I think the stuff around your program is the problem more so than the person who's in charge of it.
It's a combination of both. The person who's in charge of it can change that, though. The person in charge at Florida State, provided he does the right things, 8-4, 9-3 first season, something like that, then things begin to change. And that coach is out there. That coach is definitely out there. And you bring up Texas, that's another one of these programs who thinks really, really highly of themselves and will go out there and just chase after the name without actually looking at what is going on in your program, what led to you having to let go of a coach, and what type of coach do you need. know yourself and know your enemy. A lot of times these programs don't really know themselves. You know, I've been reading Art of War, Peter. You don't know yourself. You go out there and you just you hire the big name, and the big name is not necessarily a fit for you.
Did you see Chris Peterson's press conference?
No, I missed Chris Peterson's press conference.
I don't know why you didn't watch it. You should have. But
I'll get on that.
He quoted, for you're a big Art of War guy. You read it like every year.
Mm-hmm.
He quoted what he termed an Eastern philosopher. I believe it was Confucius, but
okay.
He said just Eastern philosopher. Who said every man has two lives, and the second one begins when he realizes he only has one.
Good God. Okay. All right, Chris.
Well, let that open your third eye and think about that one.
Wipe that off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Every man has two lives, and the second one begins when he realizes he only has one.
I see you, Chris.
And so, his point was that he's been in football for 40 years and wants to try to do something else.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That life to the fullest. I like that. Respect.
Let's take a break here in the Family Leisure Studios. Think about this. A reminder for you guys out there, too. How would you like a full year with no house payments, with no house notes, with no mortgage? Huh? I'd like it, but they won't let me enter. But you can?
I can?
No.
Oh!
You as in the listener, not you as in CJ. You can't either. Employees aren't eligible, so sorry, buddy. You have to pay your own house note. Or ask somebody here. Maybe Zach will pay it for you.
He got racks.
Working on that.
Okay. Go to sports56whbq.com now to enter our Home for the Holidays contest, and you have a chance to win a full year of mortgage or rent payments. That's right. Win a year's worth of house payments. Go to sports56whbq.com to enter Home for the Holidays contest going on. Make your holiday a very happy one indeed. Also, coming up next Thursday, that's a week from tomorrow, we're going to be out at Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40, for the Toys for Tots Radiothon. We're doing it again, collecting toys, money, cash, all for the kids in the Mid-South. It all stays local. Come see us all day long. We're going to be out there to start things, and then throughout the rest of the day, all the way through Wolo and Stats at 6 o'clock. Go see everyone over at Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40. Back after this as we continue here on The Experience, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 middays, delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Your nationally ranked Memphis Tigers are playing host to Cincinnati in the American Athletic Conference Football Championship game on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. This is the third straight championship game appearance for the Tigers, but this time it's at home. Tickets start at just $20 and are available now at GoTigersGo.com or by calling 901-678-2331. Memphis versus Cincinnati on Saturday, December 7th at Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium. Be there and help the Tigers win the AAC Championship and a trip to the Cotton Bowl.
Stripe up.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai. I know the sweetest thing in Memphis, and I know it's been around for 115 years. You know, I'm talking about Dinstall's, and it's time to stock up heavy on Cashew Crunch, Heavenly Crunch, Turtlettes, all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. So easy to get. The sweetest thing in Memphis, all you have to do is head to Laurelwood or head to Germantown and Poplar right across from the hospital, or go where they make the candies. That's on Pleasant View. There's nothing that says Memphis better than Cashew Crunch with that little tinge of coconut, or the Turtlettes. Let's face it, there's nothing better than Dinstall's chocolate. That's the mainstay of all candies, isn't it? Milk chocolate, although their dark chocolate is pretty darn good. And if you get the peppermint with the dark chocolate and put it in the freezer, you're going to love it. So many ways to love Dinstall's. Stock up heavy on all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. 115 years of making Memphis oh so sweet.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour of the Experience is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. All things diesel for over 26 years. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
When I saw you and her talking, something deep down in my soul said, cry, girl.
Oh! Beautiful, beautiful. Love the Blues. Which is weird, because they're the Blues. You wouldn't think that you'd love it, but
yeah.
It's important to be in touch with all your emotions.
Yes.
Welcome back. As we continue here. Zach, you look like engaged. Like you're very, I don't know what's going on over there. You okay?
I'm all right.
Okay.
I'm a little sleepy.
Something's going on with you. Your eyes he had a strange look in his eye. At the end of this segment, we're going to spin this wheel. And on this wheel are the various trivia categories that we're going to have. And then at 8:30, we're going to ask a question from whatever the trivia category that is selected by the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Utterly random.
Yes.
Could you want pop culture? Maybe. Geography? Maybe. Tiger basketball? Maybe.
What?
Grizzlies? Maybe.
Does that say Easy-E trivia?
Easy-E trivia.
Yes.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. And also, we have spots for the texters as well. And if it lands on that, then it's just as simple as you being the right texter at the right time. So that's pretty much where we're at on that. So we're talking a little coaching Ferris wheel as we continue. The texters bring out good points about your discussion about retreads. Nick Saban was a retread.
Yes, he was.
Bill Belichick was a retread.
Yes, he was.
Ed Orgeron was a retread.
Yes, he was. I mean, you can name successful coaches. You can name a handful of those where that has worked out. Overwhelmingly, though, like the retreads aren't going to be the thing. It's not going to be the answer for you. More often than not, that coach is what that coach is. There was a reason that coach was let go, and unless that coach has shown you something that makes you believe that, hey, okay, maybe they've changed some of how they do things, it's not going to work.
Well, listen, my only point is this. I'm not going to foreclose the idea of any particular type of coach being effective.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say that for sure you should not bring in a coach who had failed at his previous job, any more than I should say you shouldn't bring in a coach who had never had a previous job as a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
It's all individual. You know, some guys, it just is a fit situation, and they're a very good coach, but they're surrounded by a bunch of bad, you know, whether it's bad players, whether it's bad support from their administration, whatever it may be. That could explain a lot of it. I mean, I wouldn't have hired Coach O permanently, but he's worked out incredibly well for LSU, and by all accounts, and I read a piece yesterday from ESPN about it, and he's, you know, that it certainly paints him out to be a changed guy, a much more calm guy, a guy willing to say that he doesn't know everything, and bringing people in who do, and his hiring practices would indicate that that's the case. So if that happens, then a retread can work great. If you've learned from your failure, if you have a growth mindset in your life, CJ.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm just going to get on my soapbox here.
Here we go.
If you have a growth mindset in your life, failure is a wonderful thing because it allows you to see the wrong way to do something. And now you know how not to do it. So now you get a chance to do it the right way. Obviously, it'd be easier if we didn't fail. But on those occasions when we do, and we inevitably will, each of us, in some form or fashion, then it's an opportunity. You can either look at it as slamming into a brick wall and saying, well, that's it, I can't get over it. Or you can look at it and say, wow, now I know exactly how not to do something. Let me try it a different way. It's up to you. And if these coaches looked at their failures at previous stops as growth mindset, then that's what Ed Orgeron seemed to do. And it's worked out beautifully for him. Chip Kelly, maybe not so much. I mean, that seems to be more indicative of just, you know, issue with him rather than anything else. Point being, I don't think there's any. I would never say I only want a experienced head coach. I wouldn't never say that. Even at a high program like Clemson or Florida State or even Bama or wherever. Like, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely 100% say that. But I also wouldn't say I only want a young coach either.
It goes to my larger point, my original point. Like, you got to look at what you need and what your program needs and where you are at this point in time in your program's history and where you're trying to go, and not just go out there and get the big time, the big name coach, the coach that everybody is talking about. If that coach is not a fit for you, then you shouldn't go out there and get that coach. We can talk about the greatness of Pete Carroll and Bill Belichick and Ed Orgeron and what he's doing this year, and Nick Saban. But, like, Rich Rodriguez, Ron Zook, Will Muschamp right now, like, those coaches are also retreads, and more often than not, you get those type coaches where it's not their fault in their minds. They don't have that growth mindset. It is circumstances around them led to them not being successful at whichever program they are currently at or were at. And so they don't make that change. And then they go to the new program and bring that same baggage along, and that program now suffers as well. So you're right, it depends on the coach. But more often than not, coaches are set in their ways and not trying to change.
Well, I'm not going to say that. I think you're just, because I don't know if there's any data that backs that up to say for sure. Like, there's more often than not. I don't think that's not. I wouldn't say more often than not. I'd say it's possible. I'd say there's definitely guys that do, but I'd say there's also guys that don't. I'm not going to look at it so negatively.
Okay.
I think you got a real negative mindset.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of these coaches should be where they are. I think when you go out there and you grab these types of coaches, you take opportunities away from some of the other types of coaches out there. Some of the coaches out there who just need an opportunity to get a look so that we can actually see what they can do. And they might be able to do some pretty innovative things as well.
They might.
You had your opportunity.
Or they might not.
You messed it up. You got to wait in line.
I don't think that's fair to them anymore. I think it's fair to any other person who's had that same thing happen to them in their life. I do think, obviously, within the context of this discussion, and we're about to spin the wheel, but within the context of the discussion, I think we also need to be more aware. And I think your point is particularly well taken with regard to candidates of color. Black coaches don't get that second opportunity nearly as often as white coaches do. That's a problem. A lot of young minority coaches do not get that first opportunity. That's a problem too. So we do need to address that aspect of the discussion as well. That's a part of it that needs to be brought into the fold. We need to look at our hiring practices with regard to that stuff and look at what the real motivations are for excluding or including certain people. That's definitely part of it. I just think within that context, we don't need to, any more than I would say that, whether it would be Orgeron previously or whether it be, Charlie Strong, who, I think still could potentially be a good coach. Obviously, there's some major issues that happened down at USF that were a problem. Willie Taggart, I don't think he just turned into a complete terrible coach, but Lord knows there were some issues that manifested itself. We can't foreclose any of those guys any more than we foreclosed on Orgeron or whoever else who was a spectacular failure within their position. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Don't shut the door completely. Just leave it open. All right, you going to spin the wheel? CJ spinning the wheel, and we're going to find out here, and then we're going to take the break. But listen to that. Listen to that beautiful sound. Oh, where's it going to stop, CJ? Where's it going to stop?
It is really spinning.
It is spinning. You spin that thing fat. Goodness
spinning.
Gracious. Okay, is it going to be
easy?
Oh, well, hard. Man, whoa. The backspin. The backspin on that was.
It's all about the finger.
You put some backspin on that thing.
It's all about the way you hook the finger.
That went 2 spots backwards.
Yes,
I've never seen that before. Hard Grizzlies question coming up at 8:30. That's what the wheel says. It says I got to come with a hard Grizzlies question for you. And for you, I mean for everybody. So we're going to do that coming up. This hour of the program brought to you by our friends at Mid-South Power Distributors, the hour of power, mid-southpower.com. Go see them, 3225 Mill Branch. You got diesel engines, whether it's agriculture, whether it's marine, heavy duty, light duty, you name it, they've got you covered. Diesel engines are their specialty. Parts, repair, all of it continues here at Mid-South Power. They've been doing it for 26 years. Please go check them out, mid-southpower.com. Hour number 2 on the way. Stick around. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Vicks VapoCool Drops. Oh, great. A sore throat keeping me from my extremely lucrative voiceover job talking about throat drops. Thanks, universe. Might as well try these Vicks VapoCool Drops. Wow, these VapoCool Drops are amazing. That's not candy dressed up like a throat drop. That's a super cooling Vapo Power rush. It's like, yes, I don't know where that's coming from, but yes. Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool Drops. Use as directed.
Step up your wings game at East Coast Wings and Grill. With 60 wing flavors and 7 heat indexes, do you have what it takes to turn the heat on your wings up to insanity? East Coast Wings and Grill is family friendly with a large variety menu to satisfy the whole bunch. Sign up today for their loyalty program and taste the rewards. For every $1 you spend, you collect a point. Earn 100 points and receive a $5 reward. Next to Lowe's off Highway 64 in Bartlett, come try America's best wings at East Coast Wings and Grill.
These seats are amazing.
Shoot it!
We deliver tickets, team merchandise, and everything you need to get ready for the game. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx Delivery.
Game day spirit. What we deliver by delivering.
It's that time of year. Come join us at Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, Thursday, December 12th, all day, 7 to 6. We're raising money and, most importantly, bringing toys for Mid-South Toys for Tots. Help the boys and girls of the Mid-South have a happy holiday. You can do it. Bring those new unwrapped toys, checks, cash. Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, Thursday, December 12th, 7 to 6. Sponsored by Envy Nail Bar, Gateway Tire, David C. Nanny CPA, and Hempville, South Haven, and Oxford.
Before I got married, my dad told me, happy wife, happy life. Really? Mine told me, get her bling, you'll be king. That man's a genius.
Your JCPenney associate will help you find something that sparkles as much as she does. Shop select fine jewelry up to 60% off. Plus, save an extra 40% with your JCPenney credit card and coupon. JCPenney Rewards members get select diamond jewelry for just $25. JCPenney. Offers valid 12/5 to 12/11. Credit offer subject to credit approval. $25 diamond jewelry excluded from coupon. Other exclusions apply. See jcp.com for coupon and details.
Hewlett & Dunn, nestled on Old Town Square in Collierville, has 4,000 square feet of the largest boot selection in 200 miles. International boot legends Luke Casey, Double H, Red Wing, Ariat, Justin, and Tony Lama. Hewlett & Dunn has rubber hunting boots by Dry Shod and recently has expanded the selection of safety work boots. Filson Hunting Gear, biggest selection in 3 states, and now carrying Duckhead. Western wear, hunting attire, jeans, belts, hats, and more at 111 North Center Street, Collierville on Old Town Square. You need to stop by Hewlett & Dunn, you bet your boots.
If you're an outdoorsman and love all things hunting and fishing, be sure to listen to Sports 56 Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. for Outdoors Today. Brought to you by The Gun Store, 6920 Winchester in Memphis. Outdoors Today is a 1-hour show hosted by veteran Mark Tobin and a group of respected outdoor-loving guests. Outdoors Today is dedicated to bringing outdoorsmen tips and techniques and tactics to help with your hunting and fishing in all seasons. Saturday mornings at 6 on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 87.7 and 96.1 FM.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG FM Tunica Memphis, and WPGFLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour of the experience is brought to you by East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quincy White Station. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
If it wasn't for bad luck, you know I wouldn't have no luck at all. Hard luck and trouble been my only friend. I've been on
hour number 2 is here, brought to you by friends at East Memphis Ace Hardware. My name is Peter Edmiston. He is CJ Hurt.
Hey, everybody.
Just want to see if you would still do it in hour number 2. And Rack
I'm still
City
trying
Zach.
to find that the tweets from everybody saying, "Hey, everybody,
Keep
meet
looking.
on the weekend."
Keep looking. I know they're out there.
They're there. I know for a fact they are there.
It feels like you'd be pretty easy to find them, but
how would I find them? I have to go through and scroll all the way through. People be adding me all the time at Con Radicalness on the Twitter.
Okay. It feels like we should. If they're adding you all the time, it feels like that should be even easier. Then, if there's that many people that are adding you all the time.
Well, they're not adding me. Hey, everybody, all the time. They're just adding me.
Well, then just look through your ads.
I am looking through my ads. It's millions and millions of ads from this week alone. I can't find it.
Okay, well, you can
it's
just
like
do
2-3 weeks ago.
It's easy. You can do a search term for it.
I can?
Yeah, it's real easy. Yeah. Okay. It should be real simple. I
don't know how this Twitter thing works.
Yeah. I'll search through your ads for you.
Well,
we'll find it.
let's not do anything like that.
Okay, that's interesting.
I'm just saying,
bottom of the hour, we're going to give away $30 in Corky's Bucks.
We are?
Yes, we're going to do it with hard Grizzlies trivia, as was ordained by the wheel that CJ just spun moments ago. Hard Grizz question is what came up on the wheel, or just hard Grizz. So that's the designation there. And so we're going to ask that question coming up in our next segment. So get ready for it. Get your Grizzlies thought bubble going. I'm gonna hit you with something. It's going to be a little tricky.
Okay.
Because it says it's got to be hard. So I'm gonna make it hard.
You made the easy questions hard last time. So
That's not true.
I can't imagine what you're gonna do here.
We already had that discussion. They were actually quite easy, and should have been. The fact they weren't easy was a sad state of affairs. But that's a different discussion for a different time. Our friends at East Memphis Ace Hardware bring you this hour of the program. A reminder, the Red Hot Buys are going on through December 24th. And that includes those grills, and the Traeger. People love the Traeger. Traeger is got those wood pellets, the pellet grills. It's got the Wi-Fi on some of the models where you can just sit in your living room or in your bedroom or wherever. I guess you could technically be in a different city and still connect, no problem. I wouldn't advise smoking or grilling while you're in a different city, but I guess if you want to try it, then feel free. You can get that Wi-Fi hookup and control the temperature of your grill and of your smoking situation via your phone and the app. How simple is that? How amazing is that? You don't even have to go outside. You could be smoking. It could be 10 degrees outside and freezing, and you don't have to worry about it. You can go out and adjust your heat without leaving the comfort of your home. It's one of the things you can do with the Traegers. Those wood pellets make it so simple. Don't have to worry about all the charcoal, get your hands dirty and all that stuff. You just put the pellets in there and change them out every now and then. You're you're good to go. They've got great deals on those Traegers, also the Webers that they've got, the Big Green Egg too. And anything over $3.99 and up on the grills and accessories, free assembly and delivery. So a great deal right there. Again, the Jarrett and Philip, the Carters, have done a great job of revamping and upgrading over at the Ace in East Memphis, just right by Billy Hardwick, behind Three Little Pigs. Go see them and get that great customer service. They've got some great buy one, get one free mix and match deals as well. So check those out. Ace is the helpful place, and it certainly is for them. Coming up at 9 o'clock, we'll talk to Rob Fisher about this, that, and the other. Gonna make a little money.
All right.
Do a few little things. We talked football. We talked the coaching situation, the carousel. Not the carousel.
No, the Ferris wheel. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
We talked about that coming up in where things stand right now. Mike Norvell, according to my friend's friend,
who's a lawyer
and is connected, totally connected in Tallahassee, says that's going to happen. That's basically a done deal.
Okay.
At this point, Mike Norvell. Now, if you're Mike Norvell, let's say it is a done deal.
Okay.
Let's say he is going to go. Would you coach the Cotton Bowl?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I would, because it would be a chance for me to do something special. One of those gems in the crown of my college coaching career is not only getting Memphis to a Cotton Bowl appearance, but getting Memphis a win in a New Year's Six Bowl. Oh, I could ride that forever, man. Yeah, I definitely go out there and say, hey, Florida State, I got you, but let me finish this business right here. And I go out there and do it.
What if they say no, though?
Ooh, because Florida State can say no.
Yeah.
I say pretty please.
Please? Let me just tell you that I hate this. I hate this about college football. I hate this about the timing of the sport. That does this every year, and it is incredibly unfair and frustrating for people that have really worked hard and done a lot of great things. So often in college football, the thing that is supposed to be the prize, the bowl game, the epic thing that you're supposed to get at the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, especially when you're at a smaller school, the person who is probably most responsible for getting his team there doesn't even get to enjoy it. And not only that, how about this week? What is the reward for Memphis doing so well? What is the reward for Memphis hosting the AAC championship game for the first time ever? What's the reward, CJ? A week full of rumors that their coach is going to end up at Florida State. Rumors that have no doubt made their way into the locker room. Whether that's going to be a factor or not remains to be seen. I think it's one thing to say you could put it behind you. It's another thing to know as a player that your coach is probably, this might be the last time he's coaching. I don't know what that does for recruiting. There's all kinds of little factors that are just kind of unsettled by what's happening. But that's not fair. That's not fair that this thing that's supposed to be what you really want. You one of the goals is to host the championship game, and you got it. And you've got that. And, well, sorry. All we're going to talk about is you leaving. Sucks.
Yeah, it does. But that's the business of college football.
Yeah, but I don't have to like it.
You don't. You don't. That is why this is absolutely a business and not a extracurricular activity. People are doing things that are best for their families. The older people in charge of this sport are doing things on the regular that are best for themselves and their families from a financial standpoint. And it is certainly in the locker room. They know what's going on. It is in the locker room. I don't know how they're going to handle it either. But as a player in that situation, I would think you'd be like, oh, okay. We're going to, spoiler alert, we're going to Toy Story 4 this thing. We're going to be happy that somebody is getting a chance to move on to something bigger and better for themselves. Let's go out there and win one last time with the coach. Let's go out there and do that one last time. But it is something that is unfortunate because Western Michigan went through it. Central Florida went through it. Memphis is going through it. The better you are as a group of 5 team, the more likely it is that your coach is about to get poached.
Poached?
Yep, poached. Your coach is going to get poached. Yep, we're going to go with poached from now on. Your coach gets poached from you towards the end of the season. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not fun for the players either, Peter. Let me tell you the truth. So you put a limit on, or you give a date range on recruiting. You say, hey, this is when you can sign early recruiting period, and this is when you can sign late recruiting period or regular recruiting. And then in between, you can't sign anybody. It would be nice if you could do that with coaches also, but I don't know how you would make that work with the schedule that you already have in college football.
Ole Miss still looking for the coach. Names Norvell's name has come up there as well. But Billy Napier seems to be the name that's gotten a lot of heat. CJ's got Bill Clark, and Bill Clark does make a lot of sense from UAB. And Ole Miss is in a program that's in need of major rebuild, and there's been no bigger rebuild than what happened at UAB when they literally did not have a program, and then he brought it back and has turned them into a team that's in the Conference USA Championship game. Same thing is true, but what we talked about with Florida Atlantic and UAB, they made their Conference Championship game, and their coaches now are in the middle of all this. It's just
Florida. You said Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, I said Florida Atlantic.
My fault.
But those are the two in the Conference USA Championship game. Well, it's up. Guess what? Now you guys are. Your reward is that your coach is going to go out there and get his name thrown around, bandied about, pulched, as they say.
Hey,
potentially
it's tough. You got to protect yourself. Don't get out there and get pulched in these streets.
So I mean, it's a big frustration. The CFP playoff situation. Top four remain the same, but below the top four, I mean, you have LSU, Ohio State, Clemson. No surprise there. Georgia, I think not a surprise at this point. However, with LSU and Georgia playing in the SEC championship game, obviously something is going to change. LSU, I think they're fine with a loss. If they lose, they're still in. I don't think I don't think they drop out of the playoff under any foreseeable circumstance, short of them getting beat by like 5 touchdowns and Joe Burrow getting hurt and something crazy happening. Otherwise, they're in even with a loss to Georgia. I think Ohio State, even if they were to lose, I think they'd still be fine. Clemson, I mean, the name value might keep them there even if they lose. Not that they're going to lose to Virginia. They're 28-point favorites. I mean, come on. Who are we kidding here? But if they somehow manage to lose that game, I think they might be in a little bit of trouble. A little bit. If they manage to take the name brand off of it. That said, they're not losing that game, so it doesn't really matter. So it comes down to the 4th spot. Georgia loses. Now, and I think compared to other teams, they should be. I mean, if that were their only loss, no problem. But that South Carolina loss looms very large.
And this is where that South Carolina loss comes back to bite Georgia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, they need this. They must win for them. Outside of Georgia, let's assume they lose, as the expectation is that they will. What happens?
Winner of the Big 12 championship game gets in? No. Oklahoma gets in with a win in the Big 12 championship game. Oklahoma definitely gets in. Baylor doesn't. And it's Utah.
Unless if Baylor beats Oklahoma and Oregon beats Utah, I think Baylor has a chance. But I think Utah is clearly, we've seen, valued more. The question is going to be, Utah beating Oregon, is that enough to overcome Oregon to Oklahoma beating Baylor? Is Oklahoma going to jump them no matter what?
Yes. And it's...
You sure? They get a lot of respect. They get a lot of respect to the Pac-12.
I'm pretty sure Oklahoma with two wins over Baylor and a win over Oklahoma State, with their loss being Kansas State. I understand that is not the best of losses, but in Oklahoma is a turnover waiting to happen, boy. They will give you the game if you want it. I understand that there's been that not. Everybody don't want it like that, Peter. Everybody don't want it. And Oklahoma gives games to people like, here, go win it. Like you didn't win it that time. Here's the football again. Here you go. Go win it now. But it's still Oklahoma. And Oklahoma wins over 2 wins over Baylor and a win over Oklahoma State. And Utah doesn't have any of those type wins on their schedule. They lost to Southern Cal, and this win over Oregon, assuming that they win, would be their only win over a team in the top 25. And I think in the top 30 or so also. So it's not like Oregon, not Oregon. It's not like Utah has a strength of schedule that is overwhelmingly better than Oklahoma's or Baylor's for that matter.
Have I mentioned that college football's stupid?
Yes. Would you like to mention it again?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
This whole sport is stupid. I enjoy it like everyone else does, but it's so stupid. I mean, trying to glean the thought process of the CFP selection committee, trying to play these games with one eye on the committee and another eye on, trying to win, and but you also have to win with a certain style and panache, and that may be part of the reason why Tua was in the game against Mississippi State and why he got hurt. Now Alabama's not, in the mix anymore and all that. Maybe that's all part of it. I don't know. But it seems to me that the need for an 8-team playoff is glaring right now.
Mm-hmm.
And a much more organized process is glaring right now.
Mm-hmm.
You can some years it'll work out better than others. Some years the 4-team playoff will just be the natural approach, and that'll be great and no problem. This year is not one of them. You have 3 teams that are clearly a cut above everybody else. Ohio State, LSU, Clemson, clearly no problem. No one doubts them. But it's that 4th spot that is so ridiculous, and you have so many different possibilities within the 4 teams that have one loss, and all of them within a resume that, there's not a tremendous amount of difference. I mean, you can look at Georgia probably has, the most, the conference between, Georgia is probably the best conference of the group between, the Big 12 and the Pac-12. The SEC's better, but Georgia also has the worst loss of the group. And so, if you throw them and you get them that second loss, then they're out of it, and it's likely that they'll pick up that second loss. Then you have to try to differentiate in some weird way between Utah, Oklahoma, and Baylor. And you mentioned, the difficulty in doing that based on what we've seen with their resumes. It's just silliness. No sport makes it more artificially difficult for itself than college football.
Yes.
Because there's just all of these dumb traditions that have been in place for years and years that don't make any sense when you go back and look at it. I've always thought, try to explain, ask yourself, could you explain the sport of college football to some random person who, let's say they're from, I don't know, India, and they flew over here, they're your friend, you haven't seen them in years, and you're going to try to explain the concept of how they pick a college football champion to this person.
I did it last night because my wife is sitting there when the selection show was on right before the Michigan game, so we're watching it. She's like, wait a second. I thought it was done by record. Like, yeah, kind of. Oh, so it's done by conference champion? And unless, it is a whole lot of, it would make sense for it to be this. Yeah, it does. But when this happens, it's not going to work. It should be done by conference champion. You are right. But, even if Wisconsin beats Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game, with the loss they had to Ohio State and their other loss to, who else did Wisconsin lose to? Penn State? Iowa? One of them teams in the Big Ten. And their other loss.
Definitely wasn't Michigan.
No, most certainly was not.
You know who it wasn't.
With their other loss is not going to necessarily mean that they will get into the top 4 in the playoff. So again, my wife. Okay, so run me through this power conference thing. There are 5 of them. Okay, so all of them are equal? Yes. Memphis isn't in? No. Why? They're really good this year. Can't explain it to you, baby. It happened in 1930. Memphis didn't get in the 30s when they should have, and nobody knew it was going to be this. We didn't know it was going to make all this money. So Memphis isn't in because of that. Okay, but it's 5 power conferences. Yes. They're all equal. Yes. Why in the hell are there only 4 spots then, baby? I don't know. I got nothing for you there.
They're not all equal. Those 5.
And they're not all equal. Peter, I didn't have the patience to work through the fact that there are very clearly conferences much better than the others. I couldn't sit there and explain to her, hey, the ACC, where Clemson is undefeated, is not that great of a conference. But because it's Clemson, Clemson gets a chance to be in. If it was Boston College, if it was Wake Forest, if it was Duke or North Carolina State, that luxury would not be afforded to them. Virginia Tech, that luxury is not going to be afforded to them. But if it's Clemson, Florida State, or even Miami, that luxury will be afforded because they have a name and they have a brand that is bigger than the conference.
It's just stupid. I mean,
yes,
it's
very
just,
much so.
It's really, really dumb.
Yes.
The whole thing. It's a stupid sport that handles. It's got these arbitrary gates. A team like Memphis has no chance. I mean, you didn't even get a chance to tell her about the fact that half the teams that play in the division don't have a chance to actually win the championship no matter what they do. They could win every game and do everything right. And
No, I told her that.
Okay. Well,
yeah, that was the Memphis conversation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's foolishness. I hate it all. And I'll watch it because it's what I do. But I hate it, and I hate that we have these conversations. You have to make these weird differentiations, and no sport is more naturally inclined to engender dumb arguments than college football because it forces you to. Oh, is this conference better than that conference? Well, it's these circular arguments. Like you can make an argument for any conference if you want to take some of their members and put various teams, and there's only so many interconference matchups that you have to hang your hat on. You could say, oh, this conference is vastly superior historically. What is historic? Like, we have all the stuff about trends in college football, and there's some interesting, concepts there. And a lot of times those trends are very effective. I don't know why, though, because there's new people there. There's new kids. They cycle through the kids at most every 4 years, and usually sooner than that. So there's new people constantly. So what is it? What happened if the SEC 10 years ago was something? So what? It's an entirely new group of people.
Yes.
What?
I can't wait.
And we use these as huh?
It's gonna happen this year. Big Ten is due for one of these Ophir type bowl appearances.
Yeah.
And we are really high on the Big Ten right now. And the Big Ten run out there. I know you don't care about bowls, and I don't care either. But people do. And the Big Ten will run out there and go 1-9, 2-7, and they'll be like, well, Big Ten is down. What's wrong with the Big Ten? Well, hell, if they played during the regular season, if these conferences, if we got bowl-type matchups during the regular season, like we do with college basketball with the Big 12 ACC showdown and the SEC Big 12, ACC Big 10, SEC Big 12, where they are forced to play one another, maybe then we could get a better feel for what you are as a conference. But because we don't, and we wait till bowl season where we give these teams a month and a half off to prepare, like they can't just change who they are in a month and a half. We really don't know because we don't get enough games with the Power 5 playing against one another, and now we got to have these asinine arguments about, okay, who should get in and who should get out. Go to 8.
Do what now?
Go to 8.
Yeah.
And then go to 16. But go to 8.
Again, you'll get no argument from me on this, but even when you go to 8, you still have some dumb issues with the way that the sport is because it's unwieldy. It's unwieldy. You can't have 100 and some odd trying. It doesn't make any sense with as few games as you play in college football. It just doesn't make any sense. Texters is 67129 on the First Bank text line. We'll get a few of those, and then we're going to take a break here in the Family Leisure Studios. Texter complimented your Toy Story 4 comparison of Norvell wanting to better himself. Another texter says the unknown legend has tweeted several hashtag Hey Everybody to CJ. Okay, well, there you go. And then we have a texter who's understandably upset about the Mike Norvell situation. Says it's BS that no one can stick to a $3 to $4 million a year job because there are greener pastures due to the haves and have-nots in college football. Good luck keeping fan support and momentum after such strides at Memphis. Horse bleep. Should Memphis strive to simply go 7-5 every year so they can keep coaching continuity? Total BS. Again, this is another offshoot of this dumb system that we have in dumb college football. Because it forces somebody like Mike Norvell, if that person is ambitious and upwardly mobile, the only way they can win a national championship and get the money that the market dictates that someone of their talent should get is to go to one of these schools. It forces you to do that. It takes the option, unless you are just massively committed to this one program and you are willing to forego tens of millions of dollars and opportunities that other coaches would love to have, you have to make that choice. You have to make that sacrifice. It sucks. It would force him to do that, and no one should have to do that. And he's not going to do that. No one would. But it sucks that you even have to make that choice. Let's take a break. Let's come back. A reminder also, if you want a full year with no house payments, I don't know why you wouldn't. You can do that. You can win that. Go to sports56whbq.com to enter the Home for the Holidays contest. You have a chance to win a full year of mortgage or rent payments. That's right. A year's worth of house payments. Go to sports56whbq.com to enter. Get your fingers ready. Get on that phone line 360-8255. When we come back, we're going to have a hard Grizzlies question because CJ's got $30 in Corky's bucks burning a hole in his pocket. He wants to give it to you.
I got to go find them. I'll be back.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he burned a hole in your pocket and it fell out. So hopefully you can find it. CJ's going to find it. And he's going to have it when we return. Get on the phone line now, 360-8255. If you want to try to answer a hard Grizzlies trivia question, you get that opportunity next. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
Campbell Clinic now offers daytime walk-in care, and you don't need an appointment. If you've got any kind of urgent break, sprain, strain, you can walk into any of their 5 convenient locations Monday through Friday from 8 until 4. There's no long wait you have to put up with the ER, and those doctors are really good, but they're not orthopedists. They're not world-renowned orthopedists who have come up with different procedures and written the manuals for them that are used everywhere in the world, and I'm not kidding you. And you can now see those doctors who treat the Tigers, the Grizzlies, the Redbirds. You can see them today without an appointment. And I'm talking Collierville, Germantown, South Haven, downtown at the Med Center, or even the Campbell Clinic Spine Center in Cordova. Now, if you've got something pressing, you got to go to work and you can bear the pain until the evening, there's Campbell Clinic After Hours. That's Monday through Thursday from 5 to 8 in Germantown, South Haven, even Saturday morning in Germantown. If you're injured, don't wait. Visit Campbell Clinic Walk-In Care or Campbell Clinic After Hours.
The construction reduction event is on at Wolf Chase Honda. Exciting changes are in the works and inventory must be reduced. Get the best deals right now on all remaining 2019 Hondas while they last. Every new car, every certified, every used car, price to go. Get pre-approved now at wolfchasehonda.com. Wolf Chase Honda is expanding and our prices are dropping. Don't miss these savings. Act now. This huge construction reduction event ends soon.
For the best lineup of quality, fuel-efficient, and fun-to-drive vehicles, get to Wolf Chase Honda and Wolf Chase Nissan. Over 1,000 new certified and pre-owned vehicles in one great location. Catch the savings now during our huge model year-end sales event. Score an amazing deal at Wolf Chase Honda and Wolf Chase Nissan and get to the game in style at Germantown Road and Highway 64. Family-owned since 1981.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. If you need a roof for your home or business, we hope to hear from you and we will work hard to earn your business. We are experts and certified in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and gutter installation. We have been serving the Memphis area for over 20 years, and now with 2 of my sons working with me, we plan to be here for many years to come. So if you need a roof, please give us a call. On a personal note, what a great time to be a Memphis sports fan. With the Grizzlies' new look, the Redbirds, the 901 FC, and the Tigers football and basketball teams, it's going to be a fun year. Thank you to Coach Norvell, Coach Hardaway, and their staffs for your dedication to your student athletes, the University of Memphis, and to fans like me who have waited forever to have both the football and basketball teams ranked at the same time. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical, 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
One thing I really admire about Central Barbecue is their commitment to quality.
Then why do they let you do their commercials?
I'm talking about their food. Everything is prepared with devotion to taking the time and effort to create perfect barbecue.
Oh, I know. That's exactly why I was wondering why...
They're not kidding with that slow-smoked Memphis-style slogan. They smoke their pork for 14 hours. Do they have to? They do if they want to be the best barbecue in Memphis, and they are.
And yet they let you just throw together...
There's nothing better than Central Barbecue because they care.
Except apparently about their radio ads.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells.
Funny thing about the holidays is, nothing flies by faster.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one-horse open sliding.
Well, actually, the Lexus December to Remember sales event also goes by fast. That's because for a very limited time, you'll find some of our best offers on our most popular models. But don't wait. Offers end January 2nd. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Lexus of Memphis.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour of the Experience is brought to you by East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Wake up, mama. Turn your lamp down low. You got no nerve, baby. Turn up the
Back with you as we continue here in the Family Leisure Studios. A reminder at Family Leisure, next Thursday, 2120 Winton Road, just north of I-40. Next Thursday, Toys for Tots, the Radiothon. We're doing it up. We're doing it again. We're trying to raise money, cash, checks, but most importantly, toys, bicycles, tricycles, quadricycles, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
Bring them on.
I looked at some quadricycles yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, they look nice.
I looked for the quintricycles.
Oh, I did not look for those.
The 5 wheels. That's a weird one. Bring them all. Whatever you got, bring them on. So we're going to help these kids. That is the important thing we are going to do. It is fantastic. It's wonderful.
Wow.
It's a great opportunity for you to help the kids of the Mid-South. Here's another great opportunity for you. You can help yourself. $30 of Corky's Bucks. $30 of Corky's Bucks.
Yes.
Is that right, CJ?
Yes.
That's correct.
I think.
360.
Yeah, I got it. Zach's got it on the other side.
I was going to say, please.
Zach's got it on the other side, folks.
We've been joking. We've been having fun. But for real.
This is for real now.
You got to be real so people understand.
Yes.
You like to have some fun, don't you?
A little bit every now and then.
Okay. But people need to understand that you do actually have the Corky's Bucks.
I have them.
You will
and
get
I gave them to Zach.
And you will get them if you can answer a trivia question, but you got to go on the line first. 360-8255. That is the number. 360-8255. You have your chance to win. Now, here is the question. Now, I am by the wheel. The wheel has designated me.
Mm-hmm.
It has said, Peter, you must ask a difficult Grizzlies question. That's what it says. Who am I to doubt the wheel, right? So, here's the question. Jaren Jackson Jr. That's the question.
Okay. All right. 360-8255. First one to know.
Jaren Jackson Jr. is currently on a streak right now of 6 consecutive games in which he has taken at least 6 3-point shots.
Mm-hmm.
That is quite high on the list all time. There are 5 Memphis Grizzlies who have a streak that long or longer, going all the way up to 9 consecutive games having taken 6 or more 3-point shots. There are 5 of them. I need you to name 4.
What?
Okay, 3. Fine.
3? Okay.
I think people can do this. I don't think this is quite as hard.
Oh, say the question again.
Jaren Jackson Jr. is on a streak right now. He taken 6 or more 3-point shots in 6 consecutive games. There are 5 Memphis Grizzlies, historically, who have taken that many or more in a streak. So have a streak at least 6 games or longer of having taken 6 3-point shots per game. What I need you to do is to name, since you made a big fuss about it, I was going to have you name 4, but CJ freaked out. So now I guess you can name 3.
Okay. Not including Jaren Jackson Jr.?
Not including Jaren Jackson Jr.
All right.
I think this is pretty easy.
Okay.
For a hard question, it's pretty easy.
Oh, here we go.
Let's see if Randy knows it.
What up, Randy?
Randy, do you know?
All right, I'm here. I got to name 3 of them?
Yep, you got to name 3 of the 5.
I think Jason Williams is easy. Mike Miller. And I'll go with O.J. Mayo.
360-8255. That is the number. So I will say that he was not entirely wrong. There were definitely some right answers mixed in.
Answers, okay. All right. Words have meanings. They mean things, okay.
I'm trying to help people out here as best I can. Let's talk to Vincent. Vincent wants to take another shot at it, or a shot at it. Vincent, what's
how you guys doing? So this is from all-time Grizzlies,
this is all-time Memphis Grizzlies. Forget about Vancouver. I don't care about Vancouver. Anthony Peeler did it. I'm just knocking him out. I don't care. I don't care about Anthony Peeler.
Okay, I'm gonna say Dylan Brooks. I'm gonna say Mike Miller. I'm gonna say Shane Battier.
And I'm gonna say goodbye. 360. Oh, friend George. That's right there. 360-8255. Robert, you trying to get these Corky's bucks, my friend?
Hey guys, how's it going this morning?
Going well,
Robert. What's up?
Well, I'll go with Conley, Miller, and OJ.
Conley, Miller, and OJ.
You kidding me? That's who I was going with.
Well, you would be wrong too, and you've got the Corky's bucks in your own. So 360-8255. Here, a reminder: is that Vincent trying to? You can't do it again. You can't guess again. So just let folks, you get one shot at it. You can't be dialing.
I like the effort though, Vincent.
I like the effort, but you can't be dialing back up for another shot at it. No, can't be doing that. Yeah. Don't do the last name. No, come on. Here's the question. Jaren Jackson Jr. is currently on a streak of 6 games in which he has taken 6 or more 3-point shots. 5 other Memphis Grizzlies have a streak at least that long or longer. I need you to name 3 of them. And as I said, Anthony Peeler did it as a Vancouver Grizzly, but I don't care about Vancouver, so we're just disregarding that.
So just to clarify real quick, this is a different Vincent. This is not the Vincent that you answered before.
Better not be.
360-8255. Don't give me his. I don't care his last name. I didn't know the other guy's last name. How does that help me?
Like we know what
I know
his last name is.
I know the callers by the first and I don't know any of the last names.
I'm trying to distinct between the two because the first time it was Vincent. This time is Vincent Smith. So I'm trying to juggle because there's a lot of common names out here.
Look, let me make this clear. I don't care. Okay, doesn't matter. All right, let's go with Sean. Sean, you've had time to think it over, discuss it with your clergy and family and friends. What do you think?
So we're looking for either 6 or more, correct?
Well, there are 5 other ones besides Jaren Jackson. You need to get 3 of the 5.
Well, who've attempted 6 or more threes?
Yes, 6 or more threes in at least 6 consecutive games.
Mike Miller, Mike Conley, Jay Crowder, Troy Daniels, Jason Williams.
Well, listen, I didn't ask for all 5. I mean, somebody has clearly looked this up on the internet. I prefer our callers to at least pretend like they have not looked it up so easily. But Sean, you're a winner. Congratulations. Now that's just
good old fashioned fun. Good job, Sean.
We pull back the curtain on that one.
Troy Daniels did it? Get out of here.
Troy Daniels did it? Come on, what do you mean, Troy Daniels? That's all Troy Daniels did was take 3-point shots.
Good boy, true.
What else is he going to do?
Very much.
Jay Crowder is currently on one. He's on 7 right now. He's still in the mix. He could break the record, which is 9 held by Mike Miller.
Oh, wow.
But Mike Miller, come on. Think about
Mike Miller.
Who took 3s for the Grizzlies? Mike Miller took 3s. Mike Conley took a bunch of 3s. Troy Daniels took a bunch of 3s. There you go.
Mike Miller.
Jay Will's
Mike
the one
Conley.
I was like, Jay Will, it's.
I thought OJ would be in there somewhere. Just got on one of those.
He's in there somewhere.
He was just launching them.
OJ's in Taiwan right now, I believe.
Is he balling?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Playing well.
Good. It makes me happy. Played OJ in AAU. He was 2 years younger than us, so I think we were 15. He was 13. No, we were 16. He was 14. He was playing up. I was like, I'm going to shut this kid down. Guess who didn't shut OJ down? This guy.
Yep.
It's like, I'm not going to be good at basketball. This is it.
Yeah. You didn't have much of a chance.
No.
Right there.
No, God, no.
At all. All right, so speaking of the Grizzlies, they will play tonight in Chicago against a Bulls team that's not been playing all that well, but a Bulls team that already beat the Grizzlies earlier this year. And this is going to be a Grizzlies team that is going to be filled with injuries. You have John Morant, who's week to week with a back spasm situation. And you can add to that list now Brandon Clark, the other exciting first-round draft pick of the Grizzlies. He is out and also listed as week to week with an oblique issue, a sore oblique. Now, obliques can be, somewhat problematic. Marcus Smart famously had one that kept him out in a playoff series for the Celtics last year. You've got some guys dealing with that. It's not uncommon injury. I don't think it's anything super serious, but with the Grizzlies, they're going to be extremely cautious with their rookies. Brandon Clark has been very exciting and fun and everything else. And so, they're making sure that he's going to be taken care of. So he's week to week. That means you won't see him the rest of this week. Maybe you'll see him next week. Maybe you won't. CJ, I don't know.
Yeah. And it's sad.
Yeah.
Because you just want to see those guys, because that is the excitement right now. That is a large part of the excitement because of the way Brandon Clark finishes at the rim. And you throw John Morant in there on top of all the spectacular things he does with the handles. It is unfortunate. You wish you could, as a Grizzlies fan, see them on this road trip. But it might be best. We talked about it a lot, maybe a month ago, a couple weeks ago, about the minutes that these guys are playing and how they are trying to make sure that they don't go over X amount of minutes in a game. And I think it is 30 or was 30 at the time we had the conversation. Well, now they're resting. So does this mean when they come back, once you work them back in the game shape, does this mean that, hey, maybe they go a little bit longer when Ja gets hot and Ja is feeling
Ja's
it
minutes
there,
have gone up 36, a little bit. I don't think they're going to get to that.
Okay.
I mean, maybe in a moment here and there, but I don't think they're going to. I think in general it'll be between 30 and 34, but there may be a game or two where he edges up over that. I think they've pushed those minutes up a little bit of late. But I mean they're taking a very, as they always do, a very patient approach and a very data driven approach. So they have upgraded tremendously the analytics department, the data department, the data analysis department, all that stuff. And that includes, from a physical standpoint, a medical standpoint, their data on their players and to the extent that the CBA allows them to get that information and to get that, they are doing it. And they're going to make sure that those guys are okay. It's a shame because Brandon Clark is putting up, fantastic numbers, historic numbers in the process. So it's pretty amazing. I just retweeted. I tweeted it last night, but I put it back out there this morning. So if you want to see it, Brandon Clark runners. If you put a minimum of 25 attempts on the old clock, 25 attempts per synergy, Brandon Clark. Here's the list of the top 5 people in shooting runners in field goal percentage. Number 1 is Brandon Clark.
Okay.
76%.
Oh, that's good.
Number 2 is Luka Doncic at 57%.
Oh, wow. That's a big drop.
DeMar DeRozan third at 56%. Bam Adebayo at 52%. Trae Young at just under 52%. So the difference between Brandon Clark and Luka Doncic between 1 and 2 is the same as the distance between Luka Doncic and Mike Conley, who is 26th, which is to say that he is lapping the field in this. So it's a shame that the guy is not out there, but he is putting up stupid numbers, quite frankly. So congratulations to Sean, who got our trivia question right and went ahead and not just got it right, but obliterated the trivia question. But it was tricky, as I told you it would be. He takes home $30 in Corky's Bucks. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Got a little NBA controversy to get to from last night. And a frankly, a terrible game, but it was controversial. So there is that. We'll discuss that. Also, we'll talk about the Ole Miss coaching situation coming up. Rob Fisher at the top of the hour to talk all things college football. We'll do that with Fish as we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Sports 56 now has 2 FM homes. You can now find Real Sports Talk on 96.1 as well as 87.7 on your FM dial.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services, wishing you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We know at Conway Services the timing's not always right for you to have heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric problems. So during the holiday season, if you should find yourself in need of these services, just know that Conway Services is always ready to serve, and we also got financing options available. So during the month of December, Conway Services is offering our year-end heating system closeout special for as low as $79 per month. That's right, replace your heating system with Conway Services by year-end for as low as $79 per month. And if that's not enough, we'll include an April air cleaner, a free Nest thermostat, and a 10-year parts warranty. And you know with Conway Services, you'll be receiving our award-winning service every time. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric service company at 384-3511. And the first 30 callers with a 10-year-old heating system will come out and inspect it absolutely free.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
Before I got married, my dad told me, happy wife, happy life.
Really? Mine told me, get her bling, you'll be king.
That man's a genius.
Your JCPenney associate will help you find something that sparkles as much as she does. Shop select fine jewelry up to 60% off. Plus, save an extra 40% with your JCPenney credit card and coupon. JCPenney Rewards members get select diamond jewelry for just $25. JCPenney. Offers valid 12/5 to 12/11. Credit offer subject to credit approval. $25 diamond jewelry excluded from coupon. Other exclusions apply. See jcp.com for coupon and details.
Vicks VapoCool Drops. Oh, great. A sore throat keeping me from my extremely lucrative voiceover job talking about throat drops. Thanks, universe. Might as well try these Vicks VapoCool Drops. Wow, these VapoCool Drops are amazing. That's not candy dressed up like a throat drop. That's a super cooling Vapo Power Rush. It's like... Yes! I don't know where that's coming from, but yes! Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool Drops. Use as directed.
It's that time of year. Come join us at Family Leisure, 2120 Witten Road, Thursday, December 12th, all day, 7 to 6. We're raising money and, most importantly, bringing toys for Mid-South Toys for Tots. Help the boys and girls of the Mid-South have a happy holiday. You can do it. Bring those new unwrapped toys, checks, cash. Family Leisure, 2120 Witten Road, Thursday, December 12th, 7 to 6. Sponsored by Envy Nail Bar, Gateway Tire, David C. Nanny CPA in Hempville, South Haven, and Oxford.
Pop the top on your next party. 34 North Cocktails. Available in Memphis now. Great for football grove parties, around the hunting campfire, and when you get home, entertain friends. Pop a premium can of Barrel Thief. Tastes just like an old-fashioned Barrel Thief made with aged bourbon, bitters, a hint of orange, a touch of vanilla, 15% ABV. Then, for you vodka lovers, try Sneaky Pucker, a refreshing lemonade premium vodka cocktail, 12.5% ABV. Made with super premium vodka, lavender, simple syrup, and lemonade. Delicious and smooth. Let the party begin with 34 North Cocktails.
Hewlett & Dunn, nestled on Old Town Square in Collierville, has 4,000 square feet of the largest boot selection in 200 miles. International boot legends Luke Casey, Double H, Red Wing, Ariat, Justin, and Tony Lama. Hewlett & Dunn has rubber hunting boots by Dry Shod and recently has expanded the selection of safety work boots. Filson Hunting Gear, biggest selection in 3 states, and now carrying Duckhead. Western wear, hunting attire, jeans, belts, hats, and more at 111 North Center Street, Collierville on Old Town Square. You need to stop by Hewlett & Dunn? You bet your boots.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with C.J. Hurts. This hour of the Experience is brought to you by East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
Chicago. Come on, baby, don't you wanna go?
Blues Brothers?
Yeah, I'm thinking it is.
Is that real blues?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. This sort of annoys me. This song just kind of annoys me. I don't know. Welcome back to the Family Leisure Studios as we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7. I'm Peter. He's CJ. Congratulations to Sean, our winner. We gave away Corky's Bucks to him, and he enjoyed that, and that's great. That's what it's all about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Helping people.
Yes.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
What we're trying to do with Toys for Tots next Thursday.
Come out.
That's what we're trying to do with the Home for the Holidays contest going on sports56whpq.com. We do just all this stuff. We're trying to help. That's what we're trying to do. There's a text that's alluding to something we're about to talk about. I cannot make heads or tails of it, but it comes from John, and I appreciate your text, John. And he's talking about what happened last night between the Rockets and the Spurs, I think. Maybe you can help me with that at some point. But last night, if you didn't see, this was an absolute gross game. just gross. Spurs, who desperately needed a win, have been really struggling. But they got one. Double overtime against the Rockets, 135-133. Sounds like, hey, that must have been an entertaining affair.
Yes.
And then you say, hey, James Harden had 50 points. Wow.
How did Russell get a triple-double?
Russell Westbrook got a triple-double.
Yeah, okay. Stars were doing star things.
Clint Capella had 20 at 20-20 night.
Oh, wow.
20 and 20.
That is crazy considering that I'm pretty sure only James Harden and Russell Westbrook took shots.
Well, Capella was 9 of 9 from the field.
Okay.
But the 9 part is the thing. So, first of all, just the numbers are incredible. Russell Westbrook scored 19 points on 30 shots.
Oh, okay. That is gross, but all right.
30. 7 of 30.
Okay.
From the field. James Harden, 50 points on 38 shots.
Oh.
Making 11 of them and going 24 of 24 from the foul line.
Okay.
4 of 20 from 3.
Uh-huh.
Took 23s.
Huh?
By himself.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Took 23s by himself.
Your boy should have been playing basketball for Michigan last night. Or Bradley.
Was 4 of 20.
Good gosh, quick math here. That is 20%.
It is not good, which means that Westbrook and Harden combined to go 18 of 68 from the field. That means they took 68 shots between them and missed 50 of them and still scored 69 points on those 68 shots. Foul line was the key source of all of that. Spurs a much more balanced attack. Lonnie Walker went off. He's kind of had struggled to make an impact, but he really was good last night. The other controversy of this game, which besides just the nastiness of the game itself and how that's just the Rockets are they're a real difficult watch. They really push the bounds of like, yeah, you know what? Obviously the goal is to win games, but it's also an entertainment product, and at some point you have to be entertaining to win these games, or else I mean, what am I? So I can't fault them for trying to win games and do whatever it takes and all that, but that doesn't mean I have to watch them. I hate watching the Rockets. Absolutely brutal. And
you don't like throwing it to one person, watching them dribble and then hoist up a shot?
I don't.
And then play a very little bit of defense, and then come back down and do it all over again?
I don't. I mean, it's the right. They should do it because it's a good way for them to play. But it's just brutal to watch. Brutal. And fans yelling at James Harden. I didn't pay to watch you shoot foul shots. And
that was hilarious.
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
And Harden was unhappy with that. But then the other controversy where he dunked the ball, or seemed to dunk the ball, but it was ruled by referee James Capers that it didn't go through the cylinder. It popped back out. It hit him. And so he dunked it, and it kind of hit his shoulder or something.
The net. It got caught in the net.
It got caught in the net. I couldn't tell if it hit his shoulder on the way down.
It went through the net, and then the net sometimes catches the ball.
Yeah.
And because it was such a forceful slam, the ball came back up.
So when you watch it again, it's a really weird deal. But it does pop back out. He was like wide open, and if you see the dunk, it flips it all the way up and around. But it certainly appears to go through the cylinder.
Yes.
What happened here? What? Can we can't figure this out?
Why this didn't get challenged, I don't know. Why James Harden, after the dunk, goes and tries to hit the ball, I don't know. Why not just trot down the court? I don't get it. But maybe my man blinked, because if you blink, you just look, and it looks like the ball bounced out. He missed it. But if you are watching it, it very clearly goes through the net. That's why the net is up into the rim. I don't know how we missed that. And I don't know why the Rockets didn't challenge it at the time.
The thing is, I always talk about the challenge and replay and all this being an issue. But this is one that does not require slow motion replay. This one is one, if you watch it back, as you said, maybe it was one of those deals where the referees all just zoned out because he was going to dunk it. He was like, it was a steal. There was literally no one else in that half of the court. So it was just an obvious 2 points. Like maybe they just zoned out for a second. Because we saw that one time, I think it was Westbrook that walked, had like just some crazy walk, 5 steps or something, and the referees just didn't pick it up initially because they just assumed why is he going to do that? Like, why? I'm not even going to watch. So maybe they zoned out. But you watch this thing, it's in real. This is one I've always said my thing for replay is if you absolutely have to have replay, then you should not be allowed to slow it down to the nth degree. You should have to watch it in real time. Mm-hmm. And if a call is that egregiously bad, it should be obvious in real time that it was bad, and you can overturn it. Well, this one would qualify.
Yeah.
As much as I hate the Rockets, that clearly went through the cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
And in real time, you can watch it and go, oh, yeah, that's obviously it went through the net, whoop, flooped it back up like a little ski lift, and there you go.
Yeah.
Terrible. How do we, referees have a difficult job. It's not easy. How do you get that wrong? Like, that's crazy.
That's not one you should get wrong.
You should, high school, junior high referees, not that a lot of dudes are dunking in junior high, but you shouldn't get that one wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The challenge, by the way, was not made, you asked about the challenge, you have to make a challenge within a certain framework of time.
Yeah, 30-second window.
Yeah.
Should have, how he doesn't immediately.
How he doesn't challenge that within 2 seconds.
I don't know.
A lot of arbitrary rules, though, here. It's got to be a challenge within 30 seconds. It's got to be a certain type of challenge. We love to do. We can't help ourselves.
No.
We just can't help ourselves. Can't make it easy. Can't make it. No. We have to throw dumb rules in to make this thing. Mike D'Antoni. 31 seconds later, he's like, too late. Too late, Mike. It's frustrating. I hate all these dumb rules. Why do we make sports so dumb? Why do we make it? Why is it sports is supposed to be fun? Why are we making this so hard? Just constantly. Don't make any sense. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Hour number 3 on the way here in the Family Leisure Studios. When we come back, we will talk to the one and only Rob Fisher. He is in Chicago with the Grizzlies, but we're going to talk a lot of college football. We may get a little Grizzlies with him, but talk a lot of college football, trying to get those picks in. We'll do that next here on The Experience. Peter and CJ with you. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Hey, it's Flo. And you know what word I've never understood? Top hat. Aren't all hats on top? They're like the toppest part of every outfit, unless I've been doing it wrong. That's why I stick with simple words like Flotection. It means the sense of security you'll feel when your new home is protected by home insurance through me and Progressive. Also, there shouldn't be a top hat unless there's a bottom hat. Wait, is that what underwear is?
Save an average of 17% on car insurance when you bundle home and auto through Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
When you're in need of quality jeans, shirts, and boots, think Frontier Western Store in Olive Branch. Frontier has thousands of square feet of merchandising at everyday low prices. Tons of jeans by Carhartt, Wrangler, and Ariat. Whether you're after classic denim jeans, dungarees, or work pants, you'll find them among Frontier's amazing selection of stylish modern fits. Flame-retardant jeans and shirts now available as well. Colder weather is on the way, and Frontier is prepared with overalls, coats, and fleece jackets. Women's Sherpa jackets by Simply Southern starting just $29.99. Don't forget the boots. Frontier boasts dozens and dozens of styles of boots, work, dress, or play. Come try on the latest boot trends as well as proven classics, Ariat, Durango, Dan Post, and many, many more. You are guaranteed to find your next favorite pair at Frontier. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, or shop online 24/7 at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions, like online skills tests, which let a candidate show that they're the right hire. And we give you this magic music, which will inspire the perfect hire to begin clog dancing. Okay, there's no magic music, but skills tests, that's a for sure.
See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Post your next job at Indeed.com/hire and try skills tests for free. Terms and conditions apply.
The Christmas cheer is in the air. Santa Claus is still alive and well. Gateway Tires is teaming up with Toys for Tots. We want to see some smiling, joyful faces on all the children this Christmas season. So talk it up, Toys for Tots, and spread the word and make a difference this year. Give 1 toy or 10. We are thrilled for your tremendous love and generosity this year in making a difference in a child's life. Drop off your Toys for Tots at Gateway Tires till December 20th. All DeSoto and Shelby, Memphis metro locations, and also Oakland and Atoka.
Before I got married, my dad told me, happy wife, happy life.
Really? Mine told me, get her bling, you'll be king.
That man's a genius.
Your JCPenney associate will help you find something that sparkles as much as she does. Shop select fine jewelry up to 60% off. Plus, save an extra 40% with your JCPenney credit card and coupon. JCPenney Rewards members get select diamond jewelry for just $25. JCPenney. Offers valid 12/5 to 12/11. Credit offer subject to credit approval. $25 diamond jewelry excluded from coupon. Other exclusions apply. See jcp.com for coupon and details.
Your nationally ranked Memphis Tigers are playing host to Cincinnati in the American Athletic Conference Football Championship game on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. This is the third straight championship game appearance for the Tigers, but this time it's at home. Tickets start at just $20 and are available now at GoTigersGo.com or by calling 901-678-2331. Memphis versus Cincinnati on Saturday, December 7th at Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium. Be there and help the Tigers win the AAC Championship and a trip to the Cotton Bowl. Stripe up.
We are Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 96.1, and 87.7 FM, as well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, tell Alexa or Google to play Sports 56. If it's happening in the world of sports, we've got it covered. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with C.J. Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
I say you've been meeting your man, babe.
We play the blues for you, hour number 3.
Down at the local laundromat.
This by request. Laundromat Blues by Alan King.
So good.
This is good stuff. Not like that, whatever you played that last time. This is the real deal.
I mean, it was blues, but it was sang by a different person.
Oh, I know what it was.
It was that blue-eyed blues.
Yeah. Very, very well. Not just blue-eyed blues, but like Disney-fied blue-eyed blues. Not good. But this was very good. Nice job. Nice recovery. Rack City, Zach. Good recovery. See, we talked about the growth mindset. You learn when you fail, you learn how not to do something. And you get up and you do it. You do it.
Is that on the board?
You do it better. You got to have that. You got to have that in your life. Welcome back to the Family Leisure Studios as we continue hour number 3 on a beautiful Wednesday. It's going to be nice. Going to be nice today. A little chilly now, but it's getting warmer, and it's going to continue to get warmer all the way up into the low 60s today. Don't expect any precipitation. So have yourself a lot of fun. Coming up momentarily, we're going to talk to Rob Fisher. A reminder, of course, we're still kind of awaiting. I think everything seems to be set up for Mike Norvell heading to Florida State. That certainly seems to be the trend at this point, although if for obvious reasons, I think everyone would like that to remain whatever happens to remain under wraps through this weekend. But the word in Tallahassee is that they're going to be waiting at least through the weekend, and that would lend credence to the idea that this is going to be Mike Norvell's job. I've told you about my friend's friend who is in Tallahassee, kind of a connected guy, kind of a bigwig, who says it's that's the done deal. And I certainly believe that to be the case. Because, I mean, that's, come on. Obviously, like, if you can't trust a friend of a friend of a friend who is connected down in Tallahassee, then who can you trust? That's obvious right there. Last night, Tigers basketball winner over Bradley in one of the ugliest basketball games imaginable, but they did win, and they needed it, and they got it. Good defense being played, and the Tigers getting through these games without James Wiseman, Lester Quinones having to do what they've got to do. They're doing it, even if it is ugly in the process. Michigan. The beautiful start to the season has ended with a thud against Louisville.
It's still a good
terrible.
start.
No, they're terrible.
What are you talking about?
They're terrible.
Okay.
They lose in awful fashion, 58-43 last night. Top 4 of the CFP, still the same. What? They're terrible. So, as we mentioned, John Morant and Brandon Clark now both week to week with the injuries. Day to day, minute to minute, hour to hour, he's always there for us. Rob Fisher joining us now at The Fish Nation on Twitter. He joins us every Wednesday here in the Family Leisure Studios at this time, and he's calling now. He's up from Chicago, as a matter of fact. The old Windy Apple, they call it.
Oh, okay.
Up there. Did you get some of that Little Caesars pizza I recommended to David Cobb on Twitter? He asked for some Chicago-style pizza. I said, that's the one for me, Fish, Little Caesars.
Little Caesars. Yeah, there's one right down the road. I'm going to make sure I get to that.
There you go. Right? It's a Chicago delicacy.
The 3-meat treat is legit.
Well,
the 3-meat treat.
Yes.
I will check that out today
Get
for
it.
sure.
Yeah. Be careful asking for that. You never know. Depends on what neighborhood you're in.
I used to be a Giordano's guy, but now I'm a Malnati's guy.
Oh, I'm a Malnati's guy also. I think you should tell your colleague Pete Pranica. Just make sure you tell Pete I was just kidding about it, because I think he thinks I was serious about giving the Little Caesars. The thing about Little Caesars, though, you got to say this about them. You got to give them this. They say the pizza's hot and ready.
Yeah.
And it is.
Mm-hmm.
Not listed as tasty or good, but it is hot and ready, which is, sometimes you just need, like if you go into a pizza place, you order a pizza, it takes them a few minutes to actually cook the pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Not Little Caesars. Nope. You want that pepperoni? Grab it. Get it and go.
Want that sausage? Grab the sausage.
There's something to be.
Again, I am a 3-meat treat, and I like it when the hot and ready is the 3-meat treat.
Sometimes hot and ready is more important.
Exactly right. There's certain occasions in your life when you're just looking for something that's hot and ready. And
we once ate the dinner in San Antonio on the Riverwalk because the guy was yelling, "Hot food, cold drinks. Hot food, cold drinks."
I mean,
we're like, okay, sounds great. And it was terrible, but it was hot and cold.
I mean, it's what it was. He didn't lie to you. So
no.
So I would say go to Malnati's. Malnati's is wonderful. But it's basically casserole, but it's delicious. Chicago style pizza is always like that. So before we talk a little college football, it's kind of a bummer, Fish, that we got no Ja and no Brandon with this week to week business. These injuries kind of suck, man. It's takes a little bit of the fun out of things and what has been a fun start to the season. We're a quarter of the way through the NBA season, by the way, already. It's crazy how fast this has gone.
Yeah, and I guess the hope with Ja is the week to week deal. He'll be fine once the team gets back home. With them being gone for the next week, he is on the trip, so he's here, which is a good sign. To see if maybe at some point during this trip he might return too. So. It's just precautionary, but it sucks, man. I mean, what you had hoped about this team before the season has come true. I mean, everyone knew and everyone had hoped they're going to lose a lot of games, but be exciting to watch. And that's exactly what they've been. I mean, they've been exactly what has been advertised before the season started. And, without Ja, without Brandon Clark, kind of takes a little of the excitement away. It takes a lot of excitement away. Ja has become that type of player. So hopefully he'll be back soon. But you certainly want him back 100% because you don't want this to be something that, he keeps re-aggravating and has to keep missing some time. So, hopefully he gets better. He gets 100% and he can get back out there. He said yesterday that he's feeling a lot better. He's not really having a lot of pain. So hopefully he's close to coming back.
Well, and you don't want to mess around, as you mentioned, with the injuries. The Grizzlies won't. We saw last year with Jaren that
everybody needs a little short-term offloading.
I'm all about load management also.
I wanted to have that as one of our 3-pointers on the pregame show. What restaurant gives you short-term offloading?
Oh, it's a great question. The 3-meat treat can give you some short-term offloading.
3-meat treat is mine.
White Castle.
Oh, White Castle is a good one also. Taco Bell.
Crystal.
Taco Bell.
Certainly.
Yeah.
You can do some short-term offloading there
immediately.
Also like a Popeyes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't hit me that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or some of those places like an Abner's or a Guthrie's where you just do the chicken tenders. You can also do some short-term offloading there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think just you got to offload.
Yeah.
Open up the text line.
Does he
7129?
Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Zach perked up. Like, how does he know it?
Look at this guy.
Everybody knows
it's like riding a bike,
but you,
it's
man.
It's like riding a bike, man. Fish is just like, it's like riding a bike, buddy. You want to just do this segment? You want to just go ahead and navigate? I mean, yeah, this is
no,
no,
not really.
All right, so load management, offloading, all that stuff aside. Before we talk games, because we got a few, not a full slate, obviously, because of the conference championship weekend, but a few.
Mm-hmm.
Fish, what happens with Mike Norvell? What are you hearing? Do you have a source like I do? That's a friend of a friend of a friend who happens to be a lawyer who's in Tallahassee, who's connected to the situation. Do you have one of those guys? Because I do.
Had dinner with my nephew last night.
Okay.
Okay. And he believes Norvell's going to Florida State. So
is he connected though?
Oh yeah.
Oh good. Okay. All right. Well, here's another.
Way in Chicago.
Okay.
He used to be on the. He used to be like on the training staff for the Missouri Tigers.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So
okay, yeah, that's true.
So he's got some inside connections.
Okay, well, this has definitely added some credence to this whole thing. Then, on top of everything else, do you think? I mean, it's if that job is legitimately out there, and I see no reason why it wouldn't be, Fish, he's got to take it.
Yeah, I'd be. It's too bad. But I think much like it was with Justin Fuente, wish of luck and thanks for your service. I mean, it was he's been unbelievable for the program, and the program's even better now than it was when he got it. Which I didn't know at the time if we thought that would be possible, that it could get even better than it was when Justin Fuente left, and it is. So, but the Florida State job, I would have been stunned if any of the three openings in the SEC he'd go to. I think Mike Norvell has put himself in a position where he could basically take the best offer, take the best job that's out there, and wait for a great job that would be out there, and could be very picky with what he would want. Didn't have to jump on the first thing that he'd be offered. But I think Florida State's just one of those opportunities. The previous two coaches won national championships there. And it's a place you can win national championships. And I think that's something, and the money obviously is going to be great. So I think it's something that he would jump at, and I think Florida State would be very smart to go after Mike Norvell for sure.
Will the rumors affect the Tigers on Saturday when they take on Cincinnati, 9.5-point favorite in that game?
I hope not. We've seen that before with the Tigers. And, with Justin Fuente when he was going to Virginia Tech, and those rumors started to come out right in the middle of the game. And, hopefully they won't. Hopefully they'll just keep them squashed a little bit, at least until we get through Saturday. But I don't know. I think Mike Norvell and his players, one thing that I've always respected about Mike Norvell has been he always has his team ready week to week. You never get the feeling of them really overlooking an opponent. I think they really stay focused on the task at hand. And I think, the relationship he has with those players individually is pretty special and pretty unique. So I think they'll be okay. I think he'll have them ready to go and ready to play against Cincinnati on Saturday.
It's unfortunate that we have to have this kind of designation, but it seems like every year it ends up with a team, group of five type team. We saw it with Scott Frost a couple of years ago. We've seen it in the past. PJ Fleck. You always end up having to you make these big runs, and they are inevitably tainted by, well, he's going to leave, or well, he's leaving, or when is he going to go, or well, the rumors or all this stuff. It just sucks for him. I mean, like the experience. It's I don't think it's not so bad that he would leave for Florida State, for example. I mean, you would understand that and you'd wish him well. It's just the nature of the messiness and the inevitable messiness because of the calendar of college football. That's the part that just sucks.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, the timing's awful, and it does suck because this is arguably the biggest game in the program's history.
Yeah, it's what you want for. You want to host a championship game, like you've gotten there. That's been the goal for a long time, and you've got it.
And to have this on top of it just kind of sucks, but. And heck, if they win this one, then they go to the next game, which is the biggest game in program history, and they might have to go to it without their head coach. And that so that the timing does suck, and you hate it to kind of cast a shadow over the game on Saturday, and like you were saying, CJ, how will it affect the team? And you hope it doesn't. And I think Mike Norvell's done a good enough job, and Mike Norvell is good enough to get his guys to really focus. But I think there are a lot of guys, human nature, you just can't. I think for the coach, it's got to be tough to focus too. I mean, you're on your way out the door, and you want it to just kind of take care of itself, but it doesn't. I mean, you got to be dialed in. You got to be able to, do your job, and it's got to be very difficult to do. And it's unfortunate, and yeah, we have seen it before, but hopefully the Tigers can get through it on Saturday, and then figure it out from there.
Wouldn't it be amazing if that situation plays out, though, even with notwithstanding all the stuff that we talked about, if by the end of the season the Cotton Bowl ends up being Memphis and Alabama? I mean, how crazy is that?
It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
I mean, that would
Memphis and Alabama.
Yeah, I know. Just gotta let that sit for a while. Just think about it. Like what, if you get the chance,
we want Bama. Yeah,
you got them.
It's crazy. It's crazy to theoretically get them, but it is very possible. So that's just mind blowing to me. I don't know, man. It's you hate the circumstances of not having your coach, but nonetheless, there you are. And but so many of these guys, Fish, that are in these championship games are being discussed from a coaching standpoint, and so. You have to just got to take that into account. Within the CFP, we talked about the top three. I think are pretty much, done and dusted. I don't think there's much debate and discussion about Ohio State, LSU, Clemson. Even if they were to lose their championship games, maybe Clemson would struggle, but otherwise, I don't think LSU, Ohio State would miss out, even if with a loss. But it's the ones below them that are the issue, and so we start to figure that stuff out Friday night with the Pac-12 championship game, Utah, Oregon. Utah a 6.5-point favorite in this one. A win may not be enough if Oklahoma wins against Baylor. What do you think happens, Utah, Oregon? Does Utah win comprehensively to try to make a statement?
I don't. To me, going into last weekend, I didn't think Alabama should be close, considering their best wins on the season are Southern Miss and Texas A&M. That's it. Those are the only two teams that they had beaten that have a record over 500. I thought Utah was even further. Their only win against a team over 500 is BYU, and they're right at 500. And the only game they played against a ranked opponent was USC, and they lost that game. So I don't understand the love for Utah. I think Oklahoma is far superior as far as their resume is concerned, and heck, for that matter, I think Baylor's far superior as far as their resume is concerned than both Alabama and Utah. Now, Alabama losing took care of itself, but as far as Utah is concerned, I think the winner of Oklahoma and Baylor deserves to be in a lot more than Utah, and I don't know. I would hope after this weekend, when they dig into the resumes a little bit more, that would be realized, because I don't know what gives you the Utah appeal over the Big 12 champion, because I think the Big 12 champion, both of them have much better wins. Oklahoma with Texas, Iowa State's a good win, winning on the road at an undefeated Baylor. Baylor's wins against Iowa State, at Kansas State, the team that was ranked, at Oklahoma State when they were ranked, and Texas as well. And I know Baylor's non-conference schedule sucks, but so does Utah. So does everybody. Everybody's non-conference schedules suck. And Utah's best win came against the non-conference team. Well, whoopee, good for them. Everybody else they beat sucked. So I think the Big 12 champion deserves to be in a lot more than Utah.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that because of the strength of schedule. And I don't think it matters this week, because I think Oregon goes out there and pulls off the upset. 6.5-point dog knocks off Utah. Do you agree? What are the Fish Nuggets in that game?
Well, Utah has covered their last 5 games. They're also 9-2 against the spread this season. 9-2 against the spread as a favorite. 8-1 against the spread against Pac-12 opponents. That's pretty impressive. Oregon 60-37 against the spread when they play on grass. Head-to-head, the last 2 have gone over. 6 of the last 7 have gone over. Oregon has won 8 of the last 11, but Utah did win the last matchup. The Nuggets say go Utah this week. Utah's been automatic when it comes to Pac-12 games this year, and the Nuggets, they go with Utah minus the 6.5. Also go with the over the 48.
I feel like it's. I'm going to go Utah minus 6.5. I agree. CJ's picked Oregon. I just think. I think they have a lot to prove. I think they're a good team. I know the metrics and all that stuff, and
they are good, and they're really, really good defensively.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Oregon personally this week against. I like Utah personally this week against Oregon, and but I still just don't think it's enough for them.
I'm going to take Florida Atlantic minus 7.5.
Oh, I'm taking UAB
against UAB. Good. Okay. All right. Well, then me and CJ are just directly on opposite sides of this, which I guess is natural because there's only so many games. Who do you like in the Conference USA Championship game?
I like Florida Atlantic in this one. They've won their last 5 games. And when you look at UAB's schedule this year, it might be the worst in college football.
Might be.
Their wins that they have are over nobody. Absolutely nobody. I think they've played every winless team in America this year.
I think they literally had. I know when they played Tennessee. I think it was their record was they had the combined win total of their teams they'd beaten. It was 2. It was like 2-30 or something insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
That's
insanely
exactly right.
bad.
I mean, they beat. They beat Alabama. Let's go ahead and go down. Alabama State. Well, that's an FCS school. Then they beat Akron. We know the story on that.
We know all about Akron. We know all about Akron here.
0-12. Then it was South Alabama, and let's see, South Alabama 2-10.
Okay.
One of their wins against Jackson State, by the way. So let's make that 1-10. Western Kentucky, they lost to. Rice is another one. Rice 3-9 was Rice. So and that's because Rice won their last 3 games of the year. UTSA, they're 4-8. So that's a good win. ODU, Old Dominion, 1-11.
Oh boy.
So they lost to Tennessee. They lost to Southern Miss 37-2. They beat UTEP 1-11, and then they had their best win against La Tech. La Tech was by far their best win. And let's see, they were La Tech's 9-3, so that was huge. That was a big one. And then they beat North Texas. Was their final victory, and North Texas was they were 4-8. So it got a little better for UAB, but boy, did they just play a miserable schedule. And those games against teams that were 4-8, they barely won those games too. So yeah, I like Florida Atlantic. I think Florida Atlantic's just a much better team.
There you go. Okay, so let's get to the big ones here. Did you pick Memphis? Did we talked around it? Did we actually make a pick on that game? Memphis minus 9.5.
I like Cincinnati in this game.
Ooh.
Cincinnati is coming.
Boo. Well, that was fishing, raw fish, everybody.
I'm sorry. Memphis, 19-38 against the spread as a 3.5 to 10-point favorite. They have not covered the last 3. They've covered 7 of their last 9 at home, but have failed to cover the last 2. 9-3 against the spread at home against American Athletic Conference teams, but have failed to cover the last 2. 4-13 against the spread at home as the 7.5 to 10-point favorite. Head-to-head, Memphis has won 4 straight, and they've averaged 40.5 points per game. They've won their last 2 at home. They've lost 4 of the last 6 at home, but have won the last 2. But here's the big one. The last 6 games at the Liberty Bowl, Cincinnati has covered all 6. All 6. And I just think these teams playing the second week in a row, it's going to be more of a chess match than even what that second half was last week.
It's a chess match.
I'm going Tigers to win the game, but I think it's going to be a close one, and it could be a 3 to 6 point game. I'm going to go Cincinnati to cover the number.
Oklahoma minus 9 against Baylor.
Oklahoma. They've won 5 straight against Baylor. But Baylor's 5-1 against the spread the last 6. Baylor has covered 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two schools. and 2 of the last 3 have gone over. We know what happened last time they played. Baylor jumped out to the huge lead at the half, and then Oklahoma came back and just absolutely dominated the second half. I like Baylor. I like Coach Rule. I think they come out and give Oklahoma all they can handle. Again, I'll go Oklahoma to win it straight up, but I'll go with Baylor to cover the 9.5.
There you go. Okay, so now does Virginia going to cover? I mean, it's 28.5. That's Clemson's going.
No, because Dabo. Oh God, we got to win by 40, or they're going to drop us to 20th in the country. Is what Dabo will tell his team before the game. Clemson's been a covering machine. 6-1 against spread the last 7. 25-12 against the spread as a favorite. 7-1 against the spread against conference opponents. 12-3 against the spread against winning teams. Clemson has won the last 3 against Virginia, although they haven't played since 2013. Clemson's 38-8-1 all time against Virginia. Virginia's gone over in 5 of the last 6 games, but that's the only nut that they got. Clemson minus the 28.5. Tigers all day. They roll and continue to try to impress the committee just to make sure they stay in the playoff.
Big Ten title game, Ohio State minus 16.5 against Wisconsin, a team that they have handled before.
Yeah. It's a little surprising what this line is, considering what they did to them earlier in the year. Ohio State 16.5 against Wisconsin, and that was bad weather. It was Wisconsin weather that first time that they met up, and Ohio State just absolutely throttled them. And they will again this week. 8-2 against the spread after 2 or more wins. Ohio State 131-98 against the spread against Big Ten opponents. Wisconsin's gone over in 4 of the last 5. Ohio State has won 7 straight against Wisconsin. They've covered 3 of the last 4. The last 2 have gone under. I like Ohio State big this week over Wisconsin.
As do I. I like Ohio State. I've got Ohio State, Clemson, Baylor, Florida Atlantic. Yeah. And finally, SEC championship game, Mercedes-Benz Dome thingy. LSU, that's what they call it. LSU, Georgia. LSU, a 7-point favorite. The total 54.5. I like the under here, by the way, in this game. But I like LSU to win something along the order of maybe like a I don't know, a 28-17 kind of situation. Fish, what do you think?
I think that sounds about right. LSU 8-2-1 against the spread this year. 38-18 against the SEC opponents last 56. They won 11 of 13 against SEC East. Both losses have come to Florida. 9-2 their last 11 against top 10 opponents. Both of those losses come to Alabama. They scored 40 or more points in 4 of their last 5 against top 10 opponents. I don't know if they'll reach the 40 points this week against that Georgia defense, but I think they might be close to it because their offense has shown that it's that good. LSU 4-1 in the SEC title game as well. Georgia, meanwhile, 9 of their last 11 have gone under. They're just 5-4 against the spread their last 9 games. 3-3 against the spread their last 6 against SEC. They are 16-5 against the spread when they take on winning teams, but 6 of their last 7 have gone under. They did go over in the last. LSU has won 3 of the last 4 head-to-head. 2-1 in the SEC championship game against Georgia. 7 of the last 8 matchups with these two teams have gone over. I think I'm with you, Peter. I think I like the under, and I like LSU to cover the spread. I don't think Georgia has the ability to score enough to beat LSU.
I just think that offense is anemic and rough. The defense is good. It's a recipe for LSU to score enough and Georgia not to score all that much. Have a good broadcast tonight, my friend. We will be watching you starting at 6:30?
6:30, Grizzlies Live on Fox Sports Southeast, and then all the action, Grizz and the Bulls from the Windy Apple.
The old Windy Apple. Get that Little Caesars pizza and enjoy the game.
Absolutely.
All right, Fish. See you, bud. He is Rob Fisher, who joins us here. We'll take a break. We'll come back and continue here. Hour number 3 of the program in the Family Leisure Studios, brought to you by our friends at Acura of Memphis. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Check out Dave Voloshin and Brett Norsworthy with Sports Time. Weekdays from 3 till 6 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Need Christmas gifts for friends, family, even yourself? Now's the time to buy at Family Leisure. Buy one item for someone special, you get the second for yourself at half off. Pool tables as low as $14.99. Hot tubs as low as $1,400. Arcades as low as $9.99. Massage chairs, you can get one as low as $6.99. There's so much to choose from now through Christmas Eve. Get your Christmas shopping done at Family Leisure, Whitten Road and I-40, where family fun and the holidays all come together.
It's that time of year. Come join us at Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, Thursday, December 12th, all day, 7 to 6. We're raising money and, most importantly, bringing toys for Mid-South Toys for Tots. Help the boys and girls of the Mid-South have a happy holiday. You can do it. Bring those new unwrapped toys, checks, cash. Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, Thursday, December 12th, 7 to 6. Sponsored by Envy Nail Bar, Gateway Tire, David C. Nanny CPA in Hempville, South Haven, and Oxford.
Pop the top on your next party. 34 North Cocktails. Available in Memphis now. Great for football grove parties, around the hunting campfire, and when you get home, entertain friends. Pop a premium can of Barrel Thief. Tastes just like an old-fashioned Barrel Thief made with aged bourbon, bitters, a hint of orange, a touch of vanilla, 15% ABV. Then, for you vodka lovers, try Sneaky Pucker, a refreshing lemonade premium vodka cocktail, 12.5% ABV. Made with super premium vodka, lavender, simple syrup, and lemonade. Delicious and smooth. Let the party begin with 34 North Cocktails.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive? Take the car for a couple of days if you want. Streamlined buying process. You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Do you suffer from pain, stress, anxiety, depression, PTSD, arthritis, and multiple sclerosis? You want an all-natural way to manage these conditions. Hempville is unlike any CBD store you've ever seen. It's not a one-size-or-brand-fits-all. Hempville has a variety of CBD applications and brand names. They have a well-trained professional staff to help educate you on CBD and what application is best for your individual needs. Hempville has 2 locations to serve you. South Haven at 562 Goodman Road East and Oxford at 1801 Jackson Avenue West. Hempville, where your relief is their mission.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with C.J. Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
I done ran into my baby.
You can feel it. You can feel this.
What's she doing?
And finally find my old blue jean.
Interesting turn. That took a little twist. I didn't see that coming.
All right.
Problem is we have to go for 2 minutes to listen to this one.
Yeah.
Which we just can't do. I love it. We play this at 3 speed, 3x, 4x. Can we get
speed it up a little bit?
When I listen to my podcast, sometimes I listen to them at 1.5 or 2 speed. I can get that, let's knock it out quick.
Mm.
3 let's gone. See, let's knock that thing out. Let's get that throw gone quickly. Okay. Texter says, my wife's homemade pizza will always outdo any pizza joint. Well, that's very sweet of you.
Bring it on up here.
Really?
Yeah, I'll eat it.
All right. Texter, there's the CJ challenge, folks.
Bring it through.
Bring your wife's homemade pizza up here.
Mm-hmm.
Does it need to be a 3-meat treat?
Just pepperoni is fine.
What are the 3 meats?
The 3 meats, pepperoni, sausage, and bacon.
What kind of sausage?
Italian sausage.
Not pork sausage?
No.
I like a good pork sausage.
I like pork sausage as well. And you can do the 3 meats however you want to. My 3-meat treat would have ham, pepperoni, bacon, Not big into sausage. I know some people love the sausage, and if that is a treat for you, knock yourself out. I don't particularly care much for the sausage.
I don't like ham on my pizza. I don't want ham anywhere.
My wife hates ham on pizza, Canadian bacon on the pizza.
Nope.
I love it.
Don't like it.
I love it.
I like American bacon on pizzas.
Yeah, that's good too. Mm-hmm. Give me both the bacons. Give me Canadian and American.
I don't want any Canadian bacon on that.
I do.
Another texter wants to know more about what's going on with the Ole Miss coaching situation. Well, the Ole Miss coaching situation remains fluid, CJ, much like my drink. It's fluid. The word on the street, the streets of Oxford, is the
here we go.
Streets of Oxford. The word on the street is that there are a few names that have come up, and most notably, I think, of those names is Billy Napier. To me, the current coach at Louisiana. Lafayette / Louisiana / I don't know what we have all this. We just I don't know why we can't figure out what to call that team, but it's some people call it Louisiana, some people call it Lafayette. I don't know. Anyway, the Raging Cajuns. He's their coach. They're good. They're in the Sun Belt. They're in the Sun Belt championship game this week against App State. I see that you've picked App State in that game.
I did,
possibly because of the distraction. I think that I think App State will lose. But that's just me. I'm not gonna put it up on the board.
Okay.
But he's one of the names that's being mentioned prominently. Bill Clark, UAB, is another name that has been mentioned prominently. Eli Drinkwitz, the App State coach, has been discussed in that space. Will, what's his face at Charlotte? Will Gentry? Healy.
That's because Hudspeth is at Osby now. Yeah.
His name has been mentioned as well. So those are the types of names. Norvell was apparently in the mix potentially, and to me it would have made perfect sense. But I think the Ohio State job, or the Florida State job rather, appears to be looming large for him. So that's where Ole Miss is at. And you've said that Bill Clark is your guy, even though the UAB has literally beaten nobody this year.
UAB has played a lot of nobodies, traditionally speaking, and haven't beaten the nobodies. So, the fact that they're beating nobody speaks volumes for what is being done at a program that it was without football from 15 to 16. So 2015, no football team. 2016, no football team. They get football back. 8-5, 11-3, 9-3. Even though those 9 are the proverbial nobodies. At UAB, that means something. That matters.
Okay. I think, but those are the names that are immediately jumping up into the discussion with regard to Ole Miss. I think Napier is the I think as close to an easy choice as you can get. Given his track record, having coached under Dabo and at Clemson, Nick Saban, also at LSU, you've got plenty of great connections there. He's done really well when he's been given the head coaching job. I don't think there's much else to prove there. He's young and energetic, and you're going to need young and energetic at Ole Miss. You need to find somebody who is going to hit the ground running. I think he's got great connections within. He's a Southern guy, so he's connected recruiting wise. I don't think it'd be very difficult for him to be able to keep it going. Ole Miss is gonna have a lot of work to do in recruiting because they've had some decommits as a result of the Matt Luke firing. A lot of current players and potential recruits not happy. That's what normally happens when you see coaches get fired. That's just part of the gig. So he'll have some work to do to replenish it. I think that's the thing, though. And to me, it makes a lot of sense. As far as Arkansas and Mizzou are concerned, again, I think I'm higher on Lane Kiffin than you are, but I think Kiffin it makes a lot of sense. I think he's a guy who seems to have learned from his mistakes, the best I can tell. And if he does, he's still pretty young. He's still mid-40s. Feels like he's been around forever, but he's still quite young and has a pretty sharp mind offensively. A definitely good promoter of the program, definitely good recruiter. And, I think he's shown the ability to put together a pretty good staff down there. I think you need to make a little bit of a splash. I think he's the most realistic splash hire that you could make at this point at Arkansas or Missouri, for that matter.
I hope they don't get so focused on making the splash that they miss out on a better fit for them. You brought up the fact I'm not high on Kiffin at all. I think we know what Lane is. It didn't work at USC for a reason, and it's cool at Florida Atlantic for you to dig at Alabama and to dig at some of these other programs around the nation. Once you get to Arkansas, we sure that is going to stop. I'm not. And Arkansas and Ole Miss and Missouri, they got names. There is value to those programs already. You don't need somebody to go out there and necessarily sell your program the same way you might need somebody to sell a UAB or to sell a Florida Atlantic or to sell a Louisiana Lafayette. Like, you don't need that. What you need is to win a couple of games. You go out there and you go 7-5, 8-4, you get that same type of recognition, that same type of energy. So I don't think Lane Kiffin is the way to go at either one of those schools. But to go back to Napier for a second, like that would, if you're in Mississippi, like you need to be able to recruit well in Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And for everything that I've seen, Napier has done that. And so you definitely want to be able to go in there and compete with the LSUs and the Texases and the Alabamas for those top-notch Louisiana recruits. And if he can go in there and do that, then it'll all work just fine at Ole Miss.
What's the extent of your non-Kiffin? What about, so you think Memphis when and if Norvell leaves?
Yeah, no, don't go Kiffin. No.
Who would you get?
Who would I get?
Mm-hmm. Like Memphis?
I'm fine with the search firm. The search firm got Fuente. They got Norvell. I had no clue.
More of a committee, but
search committee or whatever.
They have a firm, but
firm committee. I had no clue who. Yes, very firm committee. I had no clue who.
The firmness of the committee is unmatched as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I wonder if they had 3 meat treats going on in there.
3 meat treat?
Yeah, in the committee.
No, they'd be probably too firm for that. Honestly.
Okay, all right. But yeah, I'm fine with going that way. I had no clue about a co-offensive coordinator for TCU. I had no clue about an offensive coordinator at Arizona State or what these dudes were capable of. And
do you think they're in a different spot though because of where they're at?
No. Take that back. Yes, because now there are assistant coaches who served on those staffs who are doing pretty well for themselves elsewhere. Long at Notre Dame immediately comes to mind. So you can reach out to one of those if you would like. But the firm committee is where I'd go to try and find a coach. And if the firm committee comes back and says, hey, this Lane Kiffin guy, we think he's got it. And I say, nope, keep searching.
That's you want plausible deniability. You want somebody that you can scapegoat is what you want.
No, because I'm hiring the firm committee. So if the firm committee doesn't work, it's my fault.
No. You said it's the wrong committee. Then you get to hire another committee, a different one.
Oh, there are multiple firm committees? I thought it was just one.
I mean, there's multiple firms. There's multiple committees. There's all kinds of stuff.
Who's the firmest of the committees, though?
That's hard to say.
Okay. I would go out there and get the firmest of the committees involved here.
I mean, you have to do some kind of a committee combine to check.
To check out the firmness. Uh-huh. I like that.
Which I think you should definitely do that as well. On top of everything else. What about Brian Harsin at Boise State, former Arkansas State guy?
Would he be interested in leaving Boise? If he's interested in leaving Boise, absolutely.
Why wouldn't he be interested? Who would want to stay in Boise? I mean, Boise's beautiful, but who would want to stay there? I think everyone's interested in leaving Boise.
Okay,
unless you're in love with the blue field there.
Yeah,
which
and
you shouldn't the eyes,
and you shouldn't be, because that's
maybe it's a Tony Elliott situation.
Oh, I was waiting.
You knew it.
I was waiting.
You knew it was coming.
I was waiting.
You knew it.
You had mentioned Tony Elliott all day.
Yep.
The Tony Elliott fan club, ladies and
gentlemen.
You
know it right here.
In the house.
Right here. But yeah, I don't know. If he's interested, you definitely do your due diligence. You definitely reach out. If he's interested, go grab him. Because that is somebody who has proven that they can win at the Group of 5 level. And pretty impressively also. Go get him.
Your guy.
Who?
Don't stalk him.
Tony Elliott?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Don't stalk
Tony
him.
Elliott, Jeff Nixon. Those my two dudes. Like them's the two that I'm rocking with in this whole ordeal.
What if he just, but I mean, boy, he could just.
Yeah, and if he does, fine.
Just be terrible, though.
That's cool. It's only me on the Tony Elliott bandwagon, though. So I got a lot of space. I got a lot of room. And I really don't care if you guys come and join me either. But I think that is where you go. If you got a Florida State, go holler at Tony Elliott. See what he's about. See if he's interested in leaving. Arkansas, go holler at your boy. Mizzou, go holler at him. See what's up with him. You're giving credit to Napier for being a coach who coached under Dabo Swinney. Tony Elliott's been there for a second. And he's the offensive coordinator on a Clemson program that is pretty damn good, offensively speaking. He's like almost virtually elite. Yeah, go holler at him.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Again, the issues with him has been he hasn't seemed to want to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's been the issue with him.
The issue with Bob Stoops is he hasn't seemed like he wants to come out of retirement, but people still reach out and see.
No, I mean, but
James Franklin didn't want to leave Penn State, but Florida State is still trying to coax him out.
No, but people have reached out apparently to Tony Elliott, and the same thing with Venables on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, Clemson's coordinator program is quite strong, and they, Dabo takes good care of these guys. Dabo, takes good care of these guys. I mean, I'm fine with Tony Elliott, no problem. Yeah, it's great.
That's the guy I would go get.
He'd be great, I guess. Or maybe not. I don't know. He's a week younger than me, so that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He and I are very similar age, so I like that. I like that about him. Reminds me of myself. Go get me. I'm out there. I'm coach. I'm ready.
Can I be your coordinator?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do this.
Assistant to the head coach?
Absolutely. Let's do this thing. Let's throw our names in there.
Yeah, I'm available. Come reach out.
That's right. Well, they can probably find you over at 3rd and Court, right?
Yes, they can. 3rd and Court is a new play on the old classic. Located at BB King and Court. That's why it's called 3rd and Court. BB King used to be 3rd, but that's where it is. Today's lunch special, fried chicken. Go check it out. It is all good. And it's a little chilly out, so why don't you get some of Mom's bean chili? It is delicious. I don't know whose mama it is, but it is really good. They put cheddar cheese on top, a little sour cream, some Fritos. It is outstanding. Also, try the Dunk Sammys, the loaded grilled cheese sandwich. They put the grilled cheese sandwich on this like ciabatta bread, and then they stick it in the tomato soup. It is so good. So good. And again, I tell you all the time about the milkshakes. The milkshakes are outstanding. And you can put a little bit of extra into it. Make it, put a little bourbon, a little rum in there to give yourself a nice little buzz as you sit there, watch the game on the TVs, or people watch out of the big glorious windows, man. That's 3rd and Court. Go check them out. It's a new play on an old classic.
We'll take a break. We'll come back and wrap things up here in the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 96.1 and 87.7.
Get happy with Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Weekday afternoons from 1 till 3 on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry: Honda mowers, trimmers, and generators, Steel blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus quality products from Red Mat and Shindawa. And they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
Bases loaded here at the top of the ninth. And the pitch. And it's out of here!
We deliver baseball caps, mitts, and everything you need to get ready for the game. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx Delivery.
Game day spirit. What we deliver by delivering.
You're scrambling around. You need a haircut. Where you gonna go? I got a place that has 15 locations. I've got a place where details matter. I've got a place that can be invigorating and relaxing at the same time. You know what it is. It's Supercuts. Every haircut ends with the signature hot towel finish. Every haircut matters. When you're getting ready, you go into Supercuts. The stylist will pay attention to every detail, so you get the haircut you want. And, of course, you're going to finish with that signature hot towel. You walk out clean, sharp, and not just ready, but super ready. And you might want to ask that hairstylist about what the tea tree experience is. One part invigorating, one part relaxing. The tea tree experience is something you need to try. 15 locations. I mentioned that, didn't I? All you've got to do is go to supercuts.com, you'll find the one nearest to you. Get super ready at Supercuts.
Before I got married, my dad told me, happy wife, happy life.
Really? Mine told me, get her bling, you'll be king.
That man's a genius.
Your JCPenney associate will help you find something that sparkles as much as she does. Shop select fine jewelry up to 60% off. Plus, save an extra 40% with your JCPenney credit card and coupon. JCPenney Rewards members get select diamond jewelry for just $25. JCPenney. Offers valid 12/5 to 12/11. Credit offer subject to credit approval. $25 diamond jewelry excluded from coupon. Other exclusions apply. See jcp.com for coupon and details.
Hewlett & Dunn, nestled on Old Town Square in Collierville, has 4,000 square feet of the largest boot selection in 200 miles. International boot legends Luke Casey, Double H, Red Wing, Ariat, Justin, and Tony Lama. Hewlett & Dunn has rubber hunting boots by Dry Shod and recently has expanded the selection of safety work boots. Filson Hunting Gear, biggest selection in 3 states, and now carrying Duckhead. Western wear, hunting attire, jeans, belts, hats, and more at 111 North Center Street, Collierville on Old Town Square. You need to stop by Hewlett & Dunn? You bet your boots.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with C.J. Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
Sun shining all day long, but the rain keep coming.
My
down.
earbuds are just messing up. This is just a disaster. What happened to these beautiful earbuds I had? They were wonderful. They treated me so well for years.
Years?
Years.
I can't get earbuds to last more than like 4 months. I get new ones every quarter.
No, I've gone through 12 quarters.
Okay.
No. Yeah, almost 12 quarters.
All right.
They're finally...
They're done.
They're done. It's
got good use out of them, man. Those are good headphones.
Very, very, very sad. Indeed. Welcome back to the program. I'm Peter. He is CJ. It is the final hour of the program. Coming up tomorrow, I'm excited. We normally would talk to John Gasaway, but sadly, we will not be able to talk to John tomorrow. He's got a little family situation that he's going to take care of. But joining us, not instead of, but just as a side note, tomorrow is the head coach of the Memphis Hustle, Jason March. He is the NBA G League's coach of the month, as he should be, because he hasn't lost yet. He's got the greatest winning percentage in the history of any organized sport as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Literally no one has ever done better to start their career than him. So
9-0.
We'll talk to him about the undefeated Hustle, about the Josh Jackson situation, about all the stuff that's going on with the Hustle. They are a very entertaining team to watch. We'll do that tomorrow on the program in the 9 o'clock hour, which as always brought to you by our friends at Acura of Memphis. Online at AcuraMemphis.com. Go see them. 385 and Ridgeway is where you'll find our great friends over at Acura of Memphis. And when you go over there, you can find out exactly what the season of performance is all about. But I can give you the top notes of that. And what that means is it can save you a whole lot of money. Lease rates, purchase rates are absolutely spectacular. You can lease that brand new 2020 Acura TLX for as low as $279 per month. Great new vehicles, great pre-owned vehicles. Go to AcuraMemphis.com to find those pre-owned. You can start looking at the inventory. In fact, you can value your trade-in online so that you know exactly what you're working with when you go over there. You can get a lot of that the work done before you even head out onto the lot. You'll know exactly what you're going to get. You know exactly what you got to look at. You can do so much of it right from where you happen to be now. AcuraMemphis.com. Go see them at 385 and Ridgeway. Last night, Tigers basketball. We haven't had a chance to talk too much about that. They did beat Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
They did win the game. CJ. It was a rather lackluster performance, I think, from all and sundry. But they got it done in the end, winning comfortably. There was never a doubt they were going to win the game. It just was the nature of the win was pretty ugly. When the score is 29-19 at the half.
Yeah.
It's kind of 71-56 final. Okay, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But brutal game to watch from Bradley's standpoint, who shot 9% from three, 2 of 23, 27% from the field, 56% from the free throw line. Yikes. Tigers shot a comparatively amazing 36% from the field and 33% from three. Leading the way, Alex Lomax.
Mm-hmm.
Step forward, young man. 9 of 12 from the free throw line for his 17 points. Precious Achiuwa, 6 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 blocks, including 3 in like one frenetic sequence. but just kind of offensively.
He might be one of those dudes who's a college basketball player and first year or two in the NBA, and then all of a sudden puts it all together and makes a leap. Like a Pascal Siakam.
That's what I've always compared him to Pascal Siakam. That's
who is quite possibly most improved player again this year.
He's making the double leap. He made the leap last year, and he's making another leap off of that leap. He's playing great. Yeah, I think Achiuwa is going to be better in the pros, but he's got to be a little more. Got to be a little smarter with his shot selection. He's developed that 3-point shot would be nice a little bit, but you could see the physical potential out there. Damian Ball, Boogie Ellis has improved over the last couple games, which is nice. Nice to see. So the Tigers get their 6th win at home, 7-1 overall. Of course, tonight the Grizzlies will be in action up in Chicago. No Ja Morant, no Brandon Clark. We'll see if Jonas Valanciunas returns from his illness. Kyle Anderson's been out as well. It's been a kind of a banged up squad, but the Bulls have really not been very good of late. So we'll see if the Grizzlies can get that victory. CJ?
Yeah.
I did great. And thank you for noticing that. Our friend Zach, big thanks to Rack City Zach on the other side. Thanks to Rob Fisher for jumping on as well. Congratulations to Sean, our winner of the Corky's Bucks. Thanks to all you guys for listening. Tomorrow, we got lots of fun coming up.
You'll thank me tomorrow.
Probably. We'll have to find out then, won't we? Good day.
Before I got married, my dad told me, happy wife, happy life.
Really? Mine told me, get her bling, you'll be king.
That man's a genius.
Your JCPenney associate will help you find something that sparkles as much as she does. Shop select fine jewelry up to 60% off. Plus, save an extra 40% with your JCPenney credit card and coupon. JCPenney Rewards members get select diamond jewelry for just $25. JCPenney. Offers valid 12/5 to 12/11. Credit offer subject to credit approval. $25 diamond jewelry excluded from coupon. Other exclusions apply. See jcp.com for coupon and details.
Your nationally ranked Memphis Tigers are playing host to Cincinnati in the American Athletic Conference Football Championship game on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. This is the third straight championship game appearance